Take my February.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final episode of the Cognac Stories podcast for season 2. Quite possibly the final one you will ever hear again. That's a lie. But now I gotta leave. Come on, man. I gotta give y'all some. This is the last episode of the season. A lot of big things coming in the future.
You make some noise for that?
No, because I have my own noise. I gotta tell y'all the energy that I'm on right now, man. This is the kind of energy I'm on right now. And I'm already getting fucking pumped up, man, with my fucking Kenny Power shit right now, bro.
Oh,
that's shit. All I'm gonna fucking give y'all because I turn 41 next week, bro. Not even next week. And this is the kind of shit I'm coming in with all motherfucking year. Actually, no. This is what I'm coming with it all year.
Wasn't the one when he was walking into the high school dance, was it?
No, we're close. Like before every major sports competition I did as an adult, or every workout, every workout playlist I have, this song is in there. Mm-hmm. This is AC/DC.
Oh yeah,
this is Thunderstruck. Y'all too young. All right, man. Listen. Let me tell you, man. When I need to get a little boost of energy, I need to get right, get my mind right, get in the zone, get pumped, get those extra 10 pull-ups in.
There we go.
You know, I throw on this shit right here, man. Y'all don't know about that, man. Obviously, I never drove trucks. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, never got in a bar fight. All right, with 3 dudes with fucking Confederate flag shirts on. Yo, how's everybody doing, man? Welcome back to the Cognac Stories podcast, season 2, episode 40, episode 90 in total. Congratulations to me and this laptop that made it that long. Also, congratulations to everybody that made it this far on this journey. Thank you for everyone. Today I'm joined by the usual suspects and a special guest today. I have my brother Calvin Meacham, aka how many days left? 40 days out.
40 days out. Yeah. 6 months total. Yeah.
This motherfucker still with that bullshit. So I gotta work in September. How you gonna get on base with no ID card?
That blue ID card. That's how I'm getting them. I'm gonna be up there like Kareem Bigums.
Bro, you're gonna be paying full price at the mess hall, bro. What's wrong with you?
Hell no.
Yo, I have Sadira Meacham in the building, aka Trick Daddy Dollars. You know what I'm saying? Daddy is not gender inclusive or exclusive. Call her daddy from now on. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. It's a
You
lovely
sound
Wednesday.
like you're on Xanax right now. Are you fucking with Future?
No, no. I'm just good. I'm
You
real
just popped
chill
a
right
perk
now.
30?
No.
Just popped a half a Zan, had me out like a light. Like a light.
Yo. And we also have a special guest in the building, longtime friend of the show family and everybody above. Drea Johnson in the building,
I'm in the
ladies and gentlemen, in the
building.
building, on the sofa, in the Cognac Stories room. You know what I'm saying?
Achievement unlocked.
First off, why are you here?
You know what? I am here to
Why did you even
my
accept?
perspective.
Why did you accept?
I'm here to offer my perspective
Thank you. Thank
on
you.
just a few little bit of shit. That's it. Offer my perspective.
I was like, was that a good idea?
Oh my gosh.
So for those of you in the audience that have no idea who we're talking about, I'm gonna allow you to introduce yourself, and you can tell everybody what qualifies you to give your opinion.
Oh, wow. Well, I am, most people know me as Drea or Dre or Andrea J. So I think what allows me to qualify me to give my little opinion and give a different perspective is because I'm like that person that can see both sides of the coin. And it's also just my profession. So I am a certified grief recovery specialist. So I specialize in grief and talk about grief. My biggest thing is just to educate people about what grief is and how to recognize it. And then once they recognize it, how do we get over it and how do we get complete? So that's what I do.
Thank you.
I think with that little bit of knowledge, I can offer some kind of perspective.
No, I'm just saying you get paid to talk to people.
That is what I get paid to talk to people. Yes.
So you are not some Joe Schmo from around the corner. You are not just anybody from off the internet.
No.
You are not one of my pothead friends. You are somebody who is a certified, licensed professional who gets paid to help people deal with grief and also educates others on how to empower and support others. That is what qualifies you to offer not your small or your little opinion. You're certified. I'm not going to say expert, but motherfuckers paying a good amount of money. Hey, so your professional opinion, so perspective, so that's what qualifies you. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
I'm always open for new perspectives. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I know about 2% of what's going on. Just in my world alone. So that's what's going on here, man. So I'm glad you all joined, and welcome to the show. So we will get right into some breaking news. All right. Are you guys aware of what's going on with Johnathan Majors? He has taken over the world in good ways and in some, I guess, not so good ways to some people. He has 1 million movies coming out. Ant-Man is killing the box office. Creed 3 did 100 million. Him and Michael B. Jordan is director.
What about the airplane movie?
What airplane movie?
What's that?
He just did a fighter pilot movie. Like,
oh yeah. I don't watch any movie about people flying planes, bro. No, I don't do that.
Y'all missed that.
I don't watch Top Gun. I don't watch Red Tails. I don't watch any of that, bro.
Man, you missing out.
Nah, man. Listen, I don't like airplanes. I hate them shits. Like I really do. I'm like terrified of them. Yo, I've said that a million times.
You should watch Plane.
I've watched that with Denzel. Or Flight.
That's
my guy right there.
I watched Flight because I relate to that.
Plane is a new movie.
That's the one where they were in the woods or some shit like that with
it's Gerard Butler.
You talked about that on the show already.
Some Samuel L. I don't want no snakes on this motherfucking plane shit.
And they get lost in the jungle or something like that. One of my fears. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what it is. Johnathan Majors also has Devotion. Devotion. Mm-hmm. That I heard was really, really good. So I'm not joking. I heard it was really good. He also has a movie coming out, which everybody is clowning because it's a homoerotic bodybuilding movie called Magazine Dreams. He plays a bodybuilder, and that's why he got so like jacked for Creed 3. He was playing a bodybuilder in like a kind of indie film. It's actually getting really, really great reviews and whatnot. The indie scene, you'll see it at like all the Sundance kind of
Yeah,
shit.
they say it's killing that Sundance right now.
Yeah. So great for
wow.
him. Great for him. And then he also has another movie coming out, or another TV series coming out on Netflix, just announced, with Spike Lee, called The Understudy. You know, so Johnathan Majors, Spike Lee on Netflix, right? And so that's all great stuff. He is doing Denzel 2.0, I guess, right? But then Johnathan Majors had a photo shoot where he portrayed an anime character on I want to say it was Vibe or Essence magazine. And people said it was sus, or said it was gay, or it was emasculating for Black men, and why do they always have to be effeminate on somebody's magazine cover? And now he did another photo shoot with Michael B. Jordan where people are saying they're a little too buddy. I'll go ahead and show the photo right now. One of them that is in question, and I'll get your take on it, and we'll go from there. And so for the audience, I'll describe it for you. It's a picture of Johnathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan in a brotherly embrace. Several of the pictures have their arms wrapped around each other, or they're like face to face, cheek to cheek, that kind of stuff, or hugging each other. And people are calling it gay.
That's light. That's nothing right there.
That shit ain't nothing.
That's light gay, or it's just not
no,
gay?
that's
No.
I mean,
that's diet gay? Like,
that's that light gay shit right there.
That's sugar free.
That's that angel food cake gay right there. Shit like
that's gay with Lunesta.
Oh man.
Splendid gay.
That's splendid.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's like that. I mean, of all of that's like light work. That's nothing. That's a regular that's a bro picture.
Yeah.
Yo, how is that gay? But Young Thug kissing dudes isn't.
Come on, B.
But Lil Wayne and Baby are.
Oh, daddy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna save my opinion. I'll let the ladies go first. Sadira, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts on just Johnathan Majors and his attack on Black male masculinity?
My thoughts, I don't really have any. He's famous. He's doing his job. He's, promoting his stuff. I don't see anything wrong with that picture. I don't know. People just always got to have something to complain about.
The ebony photo shoot covers yet?
With Johnathan Majors?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
we talked about that already.
Yeah, I see it, and I see the
anime character
picture that
looks just like it.
Yeah.
They just mad because he pursed his lips a little bit, but okay, I mean,
a little extra duck sauce.
Yeah.
That he might just because his lips is juicy. Like it's
that too. I mean, they are.
Mm-hmm. They juicy.
Y'all giving that extra salt. They are. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. No, it's more than it's more than that. He giving way more than that.
No, I'm looking at it. Even the anime joints. Once you put it next to the character, it's like, all right, I see it. No.
So here's the
Black
question.
People don't watch anime like that, so of course they're not going to know the reference.
Black people don't watch anime, and the Black people that do watch anime get called what?
Blurs.
Or if you're a guy, you get called
gay.
Oh, yeah.
So because hey, I'm guilty. Everybody that watched anime before the age of 25, I probably called you gay.
I didn't. I wasn't even on it like that.
Yeah.
But then when I started seeing mugs watch it, I watched it. It was like, all right, it's kind of dope, but it just was not. It didn't grab me like that. But
I mean, to me, it was just different, and whatever was different was
we watched Transformers and shit. We could have been.
That was technically anime, dude. We watched so much. I watched wrestling, bro. I watched grown men in tights, pretend to fight each other, and have a whole storyline. And I'm just, it's the Rock, bro. That is. What
was Rikishi? Wasn't he putting
Rikishi the steak face?
Oh
man, that is. So anything I'm doing, so I cannot judge somebody and call what you like sus, because I watched and still watch wrestling to this day. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'm a little gay too. I'm a little Splenda gay too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not Johnathan Majors. I'm Johnathan Minor.
Michael B. Flat. That's what.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
So here's a question: how come? Why do black men have to live up to this idea of hyper masculinity all the time, and we're never allowed to be vulnerable? But then we get criticized all the time for not being vulnerable, and then get called toxic.
Oh, think it's called toxic? Wow.
I'll take it back to just stereotypes of having to be this super duper lover, and all the stereotypes.
I mean, the stereotypes that they have for black men are completely unrealistic. Super. People don't understand the pressure that comes with that. I don't know why you brought that up, but you brought that up, bro.
I'm saying, I mean, that's where it stems from.
The pressure that comes from that, bro.
It's
like
ridiculous.
People don't understand the pressure that comes from having to live up to a stereotype that one, you don't agree with, you never try to embody. It's fucking impossible, and then it's just like all this shit combined, bro. And then it's like they'll want you to be Tupac and then like turn it off. And they want you to be Tupac and be some fucking boardroom guy and be some motherfucker that writes poetry.
And you gotta be sensitive.
But then when you come home, let them run the household. But it's like all the qualities that got me to be this person that you wanted, you want me to turn off at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, now we come to this issue where you want men to be sensitive and more vulnerable, things like that. And you have some of the most prominent men who portray these hyper masculine roles in media, showing vulnerability, especially with them both being close to Chadwick and things like that, and how Johnathan Majors is like the little brother to Michael B. Jordan, how he was the little brother to Chadwick, how Chadwick was the little brother to Denzel. The whole cycle of brotherhood is something that I've been talking about this whole time, mentorship, and they're doing it on display, and they're getting called gay for it.
So I think that we have been just groomed to think that men are supposed to be a certain way. And we learn that, we see it's learned behavior from childhood. You know what I mean? Like even in little kids, little boys, and they fall. Oh, get up, you all right? Shit, he hurt. He bleeding. What you mean he not hurt? So it's portraying this thing from a childhood that men are not able to feel. And then so we as young women, we see that and we hear it. I mean, as little kids. So if we're both playing and then he got hurt and I got hurt, they're going to pacify me, but then they're going to tell him, man up. That's what little boy's not supposed to do. And so now we grow up with that. And so now if I heard that, so now I didn't internalize that little boy is supposed to be strong. So if you're supposed to be strong as a little boy, when you grow up as a man, you're supposed to be strong too. So you're supposed to be ha ha, rah, rah. But then as I'm growing older and maturing as a woman, I realize I don't want a rah rah. I want somebody that's soft and gentle. So how do we balance the two? You got to find the medium. And a lot of people have a hard time balancing the two because not recognizing that you didn't already have this portrayal of what a man is supposed to be. He's supposed to do this. He's supposed to provide. He's supposed to be hard. He's supposed to solve. He's supposed to do this. So what you supposed to do?
That's a good question. Anytime I ask that, I get cursed out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just don't ask that shit anymore. But that's just me. No, bro. Like I I mean, because that's just like the same. That's just like when you ask the question, like, what do you bring to the table? And it's like, if a man is bringing support and all this other stuff, then like, what does a woman bring? And it's like, for me, all you got to do is say, I'm going to support you. Okay. The end. I know what you bring because I can tell you how to support me. And then you can do it. And you don't got to say anything else. But it's like, all right, what is a man going to do? Like, you know what? I'm going to support you in every way possible. That's all you got to say, because then you can define what type of support you need. And it's that person's choice to support you in the way that you need to be supported. Right. But It's like, oh, I make 180,000 and I do this and I got that, or I'm 6 feet and I got that, and we put all these goofy ass criteria on shit. We don't ask the basic questions like, are you happy? Like, it doesn't matter what career you do. Are you happy in that career? Because if you're not, that's going to come home.
But that's why a lot of people attach their identity to what they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why they have to, that's why they feel like they have to, well, I make 100,000 and I make this, and I'm the boss at where I work at. You attaching your identity to that. So if you don't have that, what else do you have? What else you bring
off their credentials?
Yeah. You attaching your identity to that. But what if all that crumbles the next day?
Then must go through
what you gonna do? Right.
Take that layoff or that fire, or we downsizing.
Yeah. But yo, I want to play 2 clips for you real quick, right? I'm gonna play 2 clips back to back, and then I want to get your take on them, because a lot of it, this was not on the docket, but it goes off of what Drea J said. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're here to help spark this content, right? I got to put up right now. I'm gonna bring it up for you guys. Let me know you can hear.
Tell my mom. I said, Mom, this is why I went to Japan to get me a wife. Don't ruin it. Yeah, don't ruin it. I said, that's why I didn't marry no black woman. You know what I'm saying? I told my mom got so mad when I said that. Come on. Like, I asked my wife for a glass of water, and she was pregnant at the time, and she ran to the kitchen to get it and came back. And my mom's like, why you got this girl running to the kitchen? I said, I didn't ask her to run. I just asked her for a water, but that's how they do it. That's I don't know why they do it like that, but they hurry up and get you shit. When you ask her, I asked her really nice, hey, babe, can you give me glass of water, and she just jogged to the kitchen. Right. I don't know why she did that. Yeah. And my mom was mad. And then from that second on, my mom was in her head. And by the time my mom left, my ex-wife was already acting like a black girl, doing all this. I had to tell my mom. I said, Mom, this is why I went to Japan to get me a wife. So I ruined it. Yeah.
Yep. And I'm gonna play that one real quick, and then hold on. I got another one, and then I just want to get I want to hear people's thoughts.
I haven't had that issue with Caucasian. Sex was never brought up. They just wanted to just love on me. And I mean, to the point where, like, I dated this one guy, and he would pick my food up from the table and carry it to my car. He would hold the door for me. When I got in the car, he would close the door. He would get on his side, like.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Because I think you're hitting on something very, 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 very important.
I haven't had that issue with Caucasian.
So you have black men and black women both requesting the same thing, the same type of treatment, or both saying that they enjoy the same type of treatment, one person serving the other, or another person being attentive to the other. And all of these clips got torn apart. Black women tearing Rampage Jackson apart for making his wife go run for asking his pregnant wife for a glass of water. That was the sin. For him asking his wife for a glass of water, he's the worst husband in the world. And then he's terrible for having a wife that, because he was married to a Japanese woman. And then I watched this shit happen over the course of like 2-3 years, bro. As a Rampage Jackson fan, like how she changed when she came to the States, bro. And if you know anybody that's married a foreign wife as a military guy, when they come to the States, you got to watch it. You got to watch who they're around. You know what I'm saying? Because they will fucking poison them. And I'm not saying they, black women, white women. No. These are just spouses in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll poison them. In the same way with like your husband. Like, if you got your man around the wrong group of friends, they'll have him thinking crazy shit, but you got black women, black men, both saying that they appreciate their partners being attentive to them. And in our culture, we criticize that and say, oh, you shouldn't do this for that person. They should get their own plate. Getting your husband a plate is a question. It's a debate on Thanksgiving now, or you asking your pregnant wife for a glass of water is an issue. Or the things that the black woman, the black girl is mentioning, these are all things that a normal person with manners does in a relationship, right? And what she's saying, I swear to God, I am not exaggerating. I have done this stuff dating black girls, and they have said the same exact thing, that they have never had a guy open the door for them, or pull out a chair, or make reservations, or order on the menu for them, or get them flowers from. The young lady I was dating, Calvin, we talked about this shit. You talked to her and the shit that we discussed, completely foreign, like a person showing affection. And me being here in DC, with 90% of the Black women I've been dating, they have all had a problem receiving and giving affection. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
they're not used to it.
Yep. And then they've also had a problem with me being somebody that's vulnerable, open, things like that. But I'm also somebody like Drea J that gets paid professionally to talk to people. So it's easy for me, right? And so it's like I can't pull this shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? And so I know what she's going through, but I also know what Rampage Jackson is talking about because I have friends that have wives that are from Guam, from the Philippines, from Japan, and I've seen that same shit happen, you know, and I've dated women from Japan and I've seen the difference. And when I've talked to Black women about dating women outside of the race and and they've asked, like, do they treat you differently? And I'm like, yeah, they treat me like they like me. And that's because in our culture, we are not taught to like or appreciate Black boys.
We actually had that conversation today. Being comfortable receiving care and affection and
service.
And I guess neither one. I know I wasn't used to it, and he wasn't used to it either. So, you know, we started off. I was going to his place, hanging out when I had free time, and I'm sitting on the couch, and he's bringing me food. He's carrying my bags up the stairs, opening doors, you covering a check, all this other stuff, right? And I'm just like, okay, I'm sitting there. I don't know what to do because I'm used to doing.
Sadira. You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy is that you'll tell your friends that he's doing that for you, and they'll say, "Oh, he's love bombing you. He's trying to gaslight you. He's trying to butter you up." Instead of that's just how he is. Because when I did that shit, that's what all the girls was like. Because I met the friends, and they were like, and they were questioning like you're not really like that all the time. And I'm like, okay.
So on the flip side, right? So now it's back to normal schedule. I got paid. We're both back to work. So we're back and forth at each other's place working because we both work from home. So when we can, but he's doing a little bit more right now because he's like, oh no, I'm coming. If I can, you know, get out of here early enough, I'm coming to your place if that's okay. Like taking that drive, that's his decision. And it's not that far, it's 30 minutes, but it's still a lot because you running up the highway for an hour to go pick up your son, go sit and wait for his mom to come home, and then you coming back down here to me because that's you want to spend time with me. But then it's funny. It's funny going back to taking care of each other. Shut up. Going back to taking care of each other. I made him coffee one morning. I bought him a cup of coffee, you know, because we both drink coffee. So I'm pouring my cup. It don't take me but 2 seconds to get your cup too.
Yeah.
We drink it the same way. I'm bringing you a cup of coffee. And he's like, oh, you don't have to do that. And then I got up again and I bought these breakfast bowls just for quick, you know, grab because we're both working. So I got up because I had some free time. He was on a call. I warmed us up both. You know, he's like flipped out. He's like, what are you doing? You don't have to do. No, it's okay. Like I can take care of you too.
Yeah, like you want to do it. Like you genuinely want to do it and find joy in serving this other person. And we aren't taught to find joy in serving anyone else. We're taught to be individualistic and take. And what can we get out of somebody as opposed to how can I enrich this other person? You know, how can they benefit from me? How can I add value? It's always what can I get?
Yeah.
And that rolls right over to little boys because it's what can I get from little boys? How can I use little boys? Because think about it, right? What do we use Black boys for? Their bodies. That's it. We use them for sports. You know what I'm saying? All through school, right? Just like fucking animals, right? And then whether they go and then it's like, okay, once you get to a certain age, the only thing we tell them is you need to make a certain amount of money or you're a broke boy. You ain't shit. We'll never date you. And then we make songs about it forever. You know what I'm saying? And then we criticize you for having a normal job. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Right. So it's like, all right, well, we don't let you cry. We don't let you be vulnerable. We tell you you're trash. You know what I'm saying? We you know, and then I mean, I'll be honest, bro. Like Oh man. Like when you really, really think about it, man, like this whole shit, like this whole problem, you know what I'm saying? Like of dudes now, our generation, right, being toxic is because they didn't let little boys cry.
Yeah.
It's that simple. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And when you
And then
have
the
to
boys
bottle
before
that
them.
shit up, when you
Yeah.
have to bottle that shit up
Mhm.
and constantly display a hyper masculine, toxic version of yourself and constantly be on guard, and you got everything in society coming against you, attacking you,
Mhm.
you're just always in defense mode, man. You know?
Yeah.
So
Another thing is too, and yeah, you guys were told to bottle it up, but you also were told to, how do I word this right? You were also told to dismiss your feelings.
yeah.
So now you're crying and mask it. So you're crying, but
It's nothing.
shut up.
It's nothing. It's
Or
nothing.
so you can get juice. You want juice.
Yep.
Shut up. You stop crying so you get these cookies. You ain't getting no more cookies until you stop crying. My damn knee is bleeding. It hurt. And then you take that into adulthood as an argument pops off, you leave. You get in the car, you drive, you escape, you find a way to escape. So whether that could be, your drug of choice back then was whatever your parents gave you, whether it was a juice or whether it was some cookies or, shut up, I'll take you to McDonald's. Now that was your drug that was given to you. Now you make your own drug of choice. So, I'm going to drink tonight. I'm going to do this tonight. I'm going to go out and bag somebody from the bar because I'm upset. I'm mad as hell. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even know how to talk about the shit. Like, do that make me weak? Do that make me a sucker? Let me go pull a bitch right. Can I say that on here?
I mean, you can.
Oh, let me go pull somebody right quick. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not.
Find somebody to release my anger on or release this shit so I can get it out instead of understanding how to properly engage in your emotions.
Correct. We were taught how to placate our emotions, not how to process them. And that's the difference now, because it's like you look at adults now and we buy a bunch of shit. We'll go on a bunch of
retail
trips.
therapy.
Retail therapy. We'll do everything except go actually talk to somebody or go talk to our parents or address the situation.
So can I give you a word for that? What that is?
Yes, you can. You actually are professional. You can give us the word. No, please do give us the word. Shit.
I'm glad you said it. I didn't want to go there, but you said it. So what that actually is called is called a STIRB. So it's a thing for an acronym for short-term energy relieving behaviors. Mm-hmm. And so what that is when I feel uneasy, when something bothers me, I go to a short-term energy relieving behavior and I check out. Mm-hmm. But it's only short-term.
Yeah.
And so once it's finished, I'm back in my feelings. Mm-hmm. And so once you are aware of that, you'll notice like different emotions. So like for me, if I want some Arby curly fries and a Jamocha milkshake.
Man, listen.
Come on. I know it's my cycle. I know I'm emotional because of my cycle. I'm like, I want
Arby's curly fries. Arby's curly fries.
Some curly fries and a Jamocha milkshake. And I tell them niggas, give me the small one too, because I'm trying to watch my weight. Give me a small one.
It must be that time of the month.
It's that time of the month. Now, if I feel like I want a burger and some French fries, that's not usually my go-to. I know something wrong with me. That ain't my go-to at all. But what I'm like, I need me a burger, I need a fry, and I need a drink. That means I don't even want to think about what's going on, but something is bothering me. Mm-hmm. Some shit is going on.
What you call it? Short-term energy release.
It's called STIRBs, short-term energy relieving behaviors.
Relieving behavior. Okay.
Yeah, when I go through a breakup, I binge eat, bro. I get some donuts or some sweets.
Yeah.
That's the only time that's the only time I go for sweets. That's why I don't keep a lot of sweets in the house.
Yeah.
And so I go for
You go through that many breakups that you don't keep sweets
She
in the house?
broke my heart. That Krispy
mean-
Kreme light on. We could
the
ruin.
reason why I worked out so much was because I went through so many breakups. Like, how do you think I gained fucking 40 pounds of muscle? I'm eating 40 pounds of pizza and donuts, man. Shit. It's like, yo, keep lifting weights, bro. Do not stop. Yo, I would have turned into Bob with bitch tits from Fight Club, bro.
Oh shit.
If I'd have stopped working out.
Or my man, Brandon Fraser.
Yeah, man, I had the whale for real, bro. I'd be out here hurting, man, looking like The Rock in CIA.
Yeah. Oh, you'd have been Fat Thor.
Yeah, yo, Fat Thor is a man, though, man. I fuck with him, though, man. But all right, so I'm glad we got that nice little topic in, man. But so another Johnathan Majors thing, right? So Johnathan Majors was on a talk show. I want to say it was a View or some shit, and he was talking about wanting his Letterman jacket back from his ex. Or it might have been an interview with Vogue magazine. He said he wanted his Letterman jacket back from his ex. And you know what? I agree with Johnathan Majors.
I do too.
We should be able to get sentimental things back like that from our ex. Some states have where you can get like your engagement ring back. And other jewelry that was brought in the pursuit of a relationship.
Oh, that was a topic on one of them joints. Yeah, because they were like, yo, the ring is on the strength that we're getting married. If we're not getting married, then
I'm keeping that shit.
Breach of contract.
Breach of contract, man. Breach of contract. I'm keeping it. So here's the question. First question is, are there items out right now that former flames of yours have that you want back?
Yes.
No.
No, I don't want nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Put on my. I don't want nothing.
Yo.
Well.
Or you don't want them to have what they shouldn't have. Like, you don't want it in their possession. Like,
I want that iPad back.
I don't want that.
Ain't nobody playing solitaire together.
Motherfucking playing Minesweeper.
Minesweeper, yeah.
On a 64 gig retina display. Not one resume sent out. Oh, you gonna catch these jokes?
No, sorry though. I don't want nothing back.
Yeah, I don't want nothing back either.
Nah, it was. I guess I don't want nothing back now. But my shit, I had a favorite ass. I was big. My man was like, we was talking about clothes and shit, and it was Mike, and Mike was like, yo, if I was you, I'd be buying mad Calvin Klein shit because your name Calvin, right? So I started doing that shit for a little bit, and I had a favorite ass Calvin Klein t-shirt, yellow joint, that I had cut the sleeves off and shit, cut the neck off so I could. That shit was my favorite. And
I know that one.
And that motherfucker's gone, and I wanted it back for a while, but goddamn.
Damn, that shit. You had some Tommy shit that was fire too, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the only thing. But yeah, other than that, nah, let that shit burn, man.
No? TJ said no?
Not unless it's a ring. Give me my motherfucking ring back.
No,
I ain't getting that either.
I have my varsity jacket, but no, it's
getting
out there. And you know who you are. I'm about to bleep some names out, man. But I'll say initials TS. Yeah. I want my motherfucking chain back. My other homegirl in Bridgeport, she can have that state championship ring because we ain't really win them games anyway. You know what I'm saying? So nah,
so you bought a fake state championship ring?
No. They gave us when we won that state championship. They took them fucking games back.
Oh, okay, got
yeah. I had beef that season anyway, man. So I mean, I love the players, but the coaches was on some foul shit, and that's why the games, got fucking rescinded, got forfeited. But nah, man, it's like jewelry and shit, bro. Like, because I done spent the grip on some shit. Bags, never.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, all the bags they can keep, but like, there's some. There's some jewelry out there that I wouldn't mind having back. You know what I'm saying? That I wouldn't mind having back. No engagement rings though. But nah, it's just like I don't like, because I know there's a couple of sweatshirts I want back. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of sweatshirts that people have that they didn't deserve. You know what I'm saying? But No, I think, man, I think an engagement ring or anything like that, you should be able to get back. That should be unknown. But anything else outside of that,
that was a gift. I'm keeping that shit.
Y'all need to go to mediation. Like it was given under the pretext that you get to keep this. So like my football ring, she gets to keep that. You know, if I gave my Letterman jacket, she gets to keep that.
What about if she just wanted to wear your shirt one night and then the fucking breakup happened and you like, yo, I want my shirt back?
You should get that back. That or she probably burned it, bro. She probably burned it.
What about if something was left behind?
Oh,
you could take that. Yeah, I'm gonna send that.
So it's like
toss that.
Nah, I'm gonna send that. You can get that.
Like Tupac, toss it up.
So it's still like brand new. It's still brand new stuff.
What size
like
is it?
Not used. Ain't no size.
I'm a size 38.
I can't re-gift it.
Yeah, you can.
Yes,
yeah.
Brand new. Yeah,
yeah, you can. Hell yeah.
What you re-gift it though?
Okay, so
is it a laptop?
The one thing. No.
Is it a laptop?
It ain't no underwear, is it?
No, I'm about to tell you. It's real simple stuff. It's a pack of cigars with the cigar thing. It was a whiskey glass set with the Stones.
Yeah, I'll just take it. I'll just give it to me for my birthday.
And then it was an actual, they said those whiskey packets or packs in the liquor store during holidays, like the special edition ones. One of those. So I'm about to pop that shit open and drink it.
That sound like girl night stuff. What you explaining?
Yeah. And then the other thing that was left. Hold on.
I'll take everything but the alcohol.
Well, get the alcohol. Everything re-gifted is going to your brothers.
Yeah, while you do that, we'll talk about So what are you guys' thoughts on these little dirt bikes and these ATVs?
Ooh. What?
How do you guys feel about those? The kids on the dirt bikes and ATVs in the streets.
I can't see that.
Oh, like on some Philly shit?
Why are you sweating?
They're everywhere now.
I don't see them.
I
used to.
Oh.
I see ATVs.
I said they're in Asbury, like you live there, Sadira.
I don't.
They're in the city.
What is it?
Well, you don't go outside, Sadira. They're in Virginia.
Yes, I do. So there's some people down the street who were riding the little stupid motorbikes. Yeah, or whatever up and down the street, but they haven't done it in a while.
I don't mind those.
As long as you ain't hitting my vehicle or whatever.
Because they be out here with the ATVs and shit.
No, it's what did Alec Baldwin call us that time when he was talking to his daughter, a wild pack of Negroes or something crazy like that? It's those guys on the dirt bikes and ATV, the 12 o'clock boys. I can't stand them. They're in DC now. Let me tell you right now, if I see you, I'm saying something. All right, you better obey these posted traffic laws. I'm snitching.
No, but I mean, for them, are they like hitting wild ass willies in traffic on the sidewalks with pedestrians and shit?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that ain't cool. That ain't cool.
On my taxpayer funded streets.
That ain't cool.
Get out of here, you little miscreants.
That ain't cool.
Yeah, because fuck around and hit somebody, then it's a wrap.
Yeah, because they actually have a task force here in DC where they're going to be going like the jump out boys. They're going to be going out, snatching these little chain snatchers up off bikes and confiscating their shit because they're not authorized to be on these roads out here. Yeah. So it's like, you know what? Black Lives Matter except yours. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, I'm a taxpayer. I'm a law-abiding citizen, man. So it's not snitching. I'm doing my civic duty. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that straight, man. I am not gunning and I am not part of YSL. You know what I'm saying? So
because I can see that because like say you out like if motherfuckers is wilding out and you out with your daughter or some shit with your kids and you seen too many times a motherfucker lose control of that shit and somebody get wiped out and then everybody's running for it and then what? I'm not gonna catch the motherfucker that hit my daughter or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So say that they can go to the other spaces.
All right, man. But with that being said, we're gonna go into the first topic, man. Let me make sure I'm good. Because I'm probably not. Okay, I'm good now. And we'll go into the first topic, man. Song intro as always, and then we'll talk.
All right. Oh, this is my shit right here.
child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for I knew it. And as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then. My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today, I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay, and he walked away, but his smile never dimmed. It said, I'm gonna be like him, yeah, you know I'm gonna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, the little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then. Well, he came from college just the other day, so much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. I've long since retired, my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. I said, I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said, I'd love to, Dad, if I can find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids are the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. We're gonna have a good time then.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was Harry Chapin, Cats in the Cradle, probably one of the greatest songs ever written by a human being. Calvin, I'll start with you.
You.
How does it feel being the subject of that song?
Well, I think I said it on either one of the last pods. My pop used to sing that song to me all the time. I was a little youngster riding around on the big wheel around Asbury Park, going everywhere. And obviously at the time, him and mommy went together. And I specifically, he was pissed. I specifically remember he said, your mom wants me to make an appointment to come see you. And, but I know you're getting older. We live in the same town, so you're going to turn 10, 11, and you're going to be running around town playing with your friends. Just come through. I'm here. And that's pretty much what I did. He would still come and get me and whatnot. He would suck up the appointment thing or whatever, which he should do anyway. He suck it up, make the appointment, see me the next day, blah, blah, blah. But then it was like 10, 11, we run in the street during the daytime. We have freedoms and whatnot, riding bikes. And I just go over there. I just pop up, yo, I'm here. Because we definitely didn't have cell phones and you had to catch a motherfucker on the house phone. So, I just pop up. But I specifically remember that song all the time. Walking down Springwood Ave, walking down Asbury Ave, and I'm just following behind on the big wheel, and he'd be singing that shit, and that shit stuck with me. So, and then like I said, I'll become like my dad. I want to see you pop, but I got this going on right now, this, that, and the other. And well, when you do, we're gonna have a good time, you know. So yeah, I feel that personally.
Because then the other side of the coin is every boy I know is like that. Every man I know is like that. Because when you came up like we did, Pops was out there working 40, 60, 80 hours. Every dad was like Rock or like Kevin Arnold's dad from the Wonder Years. Like you out there grinding, working, you barely making ends meet. Like who the fuck got time to teach little Timmy how to ride a bike? You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you think about it, like I don't recall like a lot of those moments that you see on TV, like my friends having. Like I had a lot of those moments because I was lucky. But I don't recall like a lot of the people around me having those moments, you know. Yeah. And then when I talked to a lot of my friends that grew up where their dad was like working where he was like the primary dude working a 9 to 5 or, you know, one of those damn like fucking steel worker jobs like that shit.
Yeah, you out early morning.
Yeah, like you saw him on the weekend, you know. And then even now I think with my boys, them driving trucks, you know, being gone for a week, you know, seeing the kids on the weekend, it's like fuck that. And I think about my boys in the Navy. I think my homeboy Junior, and I'm like, yo, bro, we in fucking Singapore, bro, balling out of control.
Yeah.
And man start crying in the club. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? And he's like, I miss my kids. Damn. And I said, you're fucking insane. I never want to have kids. If that's what happens, I drop my daughter off and I cry every time I drive home. So I feel it. And it's like, you know, that's this song is part of the reason why I changed my entire life when I figured out I was gonna become a dad, because I'm like, I don't want to be this song. You know what I'm saying? Like I like in the military, like Sadira, you don't want to be the subject of somebody else's GMT. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be the subject of somebody else's fucking training session. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you don't want to be somebody's PowerPoint. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be on somebody's t-shirt, right? And it's like this was my whole shit. Was like I don't want to lose that time. You know what I'm saying? That's why I put off having kids so long, because it's like I would hate to miss all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, yo, that's all of us. That's always been us, our generation. And it's like, what do we do now? Because when you try to reconnect with a loved one or get that shit, it's like pulling goddamn teeth. You know what I'm saying? And not like, hey, we'll just hang around, but it's like, yo, I want to get to know you. Yeah. Because I didn't get to know you, you know, and you didn't know that you were supposed to teach me about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I pass on you?
How do I pass myself on to you when?
How does your son pass on your story if you never tell it to him? Because here's the deal, right? Did you ever get a chance to hear your dad's story?
Yeah. I mean, I was around them, so we.
Well, I mean, like really hear it like as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like
that. No, I missed out on that. Like
because you didn't get the opportunity.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You didn't get the opportunity. 18. Yeah, so you're barely scratching the surface. You know what I'm saying? And think about 18, bro.
Find out about them.
Yeah, think about 18 and think about where you were at 21, how that conversation would have been different, or at 23 or at 30, right? And it's like, fuck, you didn't have it. But it's like, okay, you gotta still do what you can do to get that story, pass it on, but you can't, tomorrow ain't promised, right? So it can't be So you can't be, we'll have a good time, then it's we'll have a good time now.
Now.
So you have to, so we have to be assertive with getting that time
and
with our loved
relationships.
Yes, because it can't be, and it's like, you know, how I break everything down to ones and zeros, right? It's like when I tell my daughter shit, you know, it's like for me, it's like I tell my boys and my friends or people while I'm maintaining relationships, it's like, hey, I don't want you to forget about me, and I don't want to forget about you. Yeah. That's it. At some point, we're all going to go, and I still want to remember you. That's it, you know? And it's like, just tell your kid that, like, yo, bro, I'm 40. I got 30 years left. Yeah. We gotta talk now. I got shit I gotta teach you now. 30 is too late. 40 is too late. 50, nigga, I'm senile. I'm Bruce Willis. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect, but I'm Bruce Willis. I'm shooting movies and I'm perfectly fine. And then I'm gone. I'm Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. I'm shooting movies. I'm perfectly fine. And then I'm gone. I'm Kobe. I'm shooting movies. I'm winning Oscars. I'm taking my daughter to practice. I'm perfectly fine. And I'm gone. And I'm gone. You know, I'm P&B Rock having fucking lunch with my girl. And then I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, tomorrow ain't promised, you know? Nope. So it's like, you know, for me, I know this shit. I know my parents annoy me asking all these goddamn personal questions, but it's like, yo, I'm very interested in what the fuck you guys have been through because I'm going to go through it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you guys have perspective that I can learn from, you know, and I'm here because of you, because of the lessons that you guys learned. So please let me get some of that knowledge.
Impart some of those life lessons upon me.
Yeah. So am I alone in feeling this way that it's with our generation, it's difficult both ways because we haven't been taught how to receive. We haven't been taught how to give. We haven't been taught how to talk. We haven't been taught how to communicate, you know, how to reach down, you know? So it's like,
what do we do?
What do we do? Am I alone in feeling that, or you guys feel differently?
I wouldn't say you're alone because I just learned how to do that shit like 2 months ago. But and it takes a lot. Like it's not easy to do. You've been conditioned to be one way, and you know that's how you live your life. And then something different comes along, and you're like, "Holy shit, what do I do?"
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, you're not alone.
We gotta grow up.
Yeah,
that's it. We just gotta grow up, and we just gotta be intentional about our growth. So I think what I could add right here is that I don't know, like I can turn it into like a dating segment in a sense, like, you know how people like, you know, I hate the term I'm just like this. This right. I can't stand that shit because it's like, all right, so you mean you just stuck? You're not willing to learn nothing. You're not willing to learn nothing. And like one thing that I pride myself on doing and being is remaining in the posture of a student. And if I remain in the posture of a student, I can always be taught.
Oh, I like that. Right. How to steal that.
Yeah. I'm just like this. Imagine if you're potty training your kid and they just take a shit on the floor and just say, I'm just like this.
you just got
no, but you know what?
Like
Dad, this is me. This is what I do.
You gotta accept me for who I am. Right.
I piss on books.
I piss on books. This is what I do.
I'm pissing on that shit.
This is my life.
Oh my gosh.
That Judy Blume is getting Is that Beverly Cleary? Phantom Toll Booth? More like
no, man. That's the fucking doldrums. That's what it is.
But you know, Faith has actually said that to me though.
What she said?
What she said?
That's just who I am.
Ooh.
Because she'll go to school. She's 11 years old, right? You got 11-year-old friends, and they are cliquey, and they play off of each other, and they want to be like each other, and they want to fit in, and all this other stuff. So she came home a couple times. But one time she picked her from school and she cried and upset. I'm like, you in the fifth grade. What are you doing? Like, why are you this emotional? I'll pick you up from she gets in the car and she goes on this rant. And she did something, her friends did something, her teacher got mad, blah, 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 and she got upset. I said, well, Faith, what did you do? What made the teacher upset? And it's like, she's like, well, I just did this and she says I have an attitude and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And that's just who I am. Faith, that is not who you
That's
are.
not who you are. Okay, respect.
Stop
Okay.
following behind your little friends and trying to be cute and trying to be, everything else. Stop giving your teacher a reason to have an attitude because she feels her teacher has an attitude. Well, you got an attitude too.
She feel a teacher picking on her.
Yeah, and her
Same
friends,
shit
and
I'm
she's
hearing
like,
right now.
she's always yelling at us, and well, what are y'all doing? Y'all are at school to learn, not be kikiing and playing games and all this other stuff. I'm like, and it's not the first time. I have messages. I can go back. I message the teacher. Well, I don't know when Faith is serious or she's playing when she has an attitude and she does the eye roll. And I'm like, that's just who I know it's not.
Yeah.
Not the eye
But
roll.
but she says it
Mhm.
because she hears it
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a learned
from
behavior.
It's
someone
it
else.
will become a learned behavior.
Yep.
And
That's
it'll
like
stick. Yep.
that's who I am. This I can't say it because then but yeah, it has I'm gonna leave it at that. But
Well,
it's because
well,
that's what she's being told.
Miss Drea J, since you brought it up and said in the dating situation, who says that in the dating scene? That's just who I am.
My ex.
I think it can be either or. I'm not going to put it on. That's what you men say. I don't do that. I don't promote that at all.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, who says that?
Oh yeah, don't. Yeah, I think both can say that. I think both can say that. This is just who I am. So, this is just what I like, and this is just who I am. I've been this way all my life, and can that.
Like somebody that says that is somebody that you shouldn't be dating. Like that should be a huge
That's somebody what?
red
Not
flag.
willing to change?
No,
Yeah, that's
what are you talking about?
That's an X. That's an automatic X right there. It's like, yo,
yes.
That means you're not willing to change. You don't mean enough for that person for them to try.
It's your way to highway.
You ain't open for change.
Right.
You ain't gonna suggest change.
To me, that's disrespectful. And I tell people that, and they're like, they look at me like I'm like freaking a communist or something like that. I'm like, no, like respect. You have to be open to other people's ideas, other people's perspective, because you respect them. So you're not going to judge it. You're not going to shut them down, right? And it's like, if I respect you, I'm open to hearing your thoughts and opinions. But if you're like, I had a situation where I was dating a young lady, and she was like, I would not be comfortable with you having a LGBTQ friend at all, and I would never let you have one in the house. You know what I'm saying? Or a family member. And I'm like, what? And she's like, that's just who I am. I'm like, so you're just a bigot?
Okay. You can go. There's the door.
That's an X. That was a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, that was a deal breaker, right? And I'm like, all right, well, damn, snappy nappy dugout. You know what I'm saying?
It's got to be the snappy nappy dugout.
Hey, had to get the box of cereal out. You know what I'm saying?
You on the snacks, B.
Cocoa Puffs. Had to go get a box of donuts, man.
The dry Cocoa Puffs that day.
Man, I had to break up with a bigot. No, Hawaii was the only place where I had to break up with bigots, yo. I did it the one Asian girl.
Okay.
I did it the one Asian girl that was like racist towards Black women. You know what I'm saying? Because her and her Mexican friends, when she lived in California, used the N-word all the time. And I was like, I bet you they're racist towards Asians too. And she was like, oh yeah, they were. I'm like, well, they're just racist, right? And she didn't get, Paula Deen having like the mock slave auctions. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't buy Paula Deen cookware. She didn't see why that would bother me. And she thought that was like doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I can never
had that conversation with the boss this morning about somebody about cutting people off like that. And he had to cut off a close personal like a close family member like he comes from a mixed background, and it was a younger guy that he kind of mentored and brotherly loved, and I'll guide you, this, that, and the other. And then one day, his girlfriend cheated on him with like a black dude, and then so the guy was not so pissed about he got cheated on, but he was more pissed about being cheated on by a black dude, and he was like, she should stay in her race and this, that, and the other.
Mel
And like
Gibson
I said,
status.
the boss comes from a mixed background, so he's like, yo, I'm gonna say what you said to me, and I want you to say it back, and I want to hear what you said so that I know what you're saying. Like, you against mixed couples and this, that, and the other. And his man said it, and he was like, I can't fuck with you right now because I'm doing all this shit, but I am a product of that, pretty much. So if that shit don't happen, if none of that, we got on some Dr. Umar shit, but that's where it came from. But it's like, if that shit don't happen, then I'm not here. I'm not fucking mentoring you, and you're not becoming great. So I can't fuck with you. And then I asked him, I was like, yo, so I was like, well, is this a guy that can't be like, if he said my man's been trying to holler at him for the longest and this, that, and the other, he was like, I'm not fucking with him because of them beliefs and shit like that. And I'm like, well, is this a guy that if you explain to him why it hurts you and from what you come from and how that statement and those beliefs would hurt you, could he get back in the good graces? Or like, yo,
Fuck no.
Yeah,
Fuck
and
no.
the boss
Fuck
said,
no.
the boss, he said
Shout out to your boss.
No,
Rehab denied.
It's not fuck the boss. The boss is
No,
the
no,
one
no.
that
I said
fuck
shout
the
out to your
guy.
boss. I said shout out to your boss.
Yeah, the boss was like, nah, and he was like, I'm explaining. He was like, yo, because he's tried to apologize over the years, and he's tried to apologize, but then it'd be like, yeah, I'm sorry that you feel this way, and none of that, but I still feel, and he's like, nah, fuck that, I can't fuck with you.
Yeah,
yeah.
Shit is
Because I
wild.
mean, I went through that my entire career, but I mean, everybody went through that in 2016. So
yeah,
everybody had to shrink their Facebook friends list. People in the military realize that their supervisors always have been racist, things like that. Folks were getting fired for tweets and shit like that. Cops getting caught being cops as usual. But yeah, sometimes people that have this negative behaviors or things that aren't gonna enrich you, you got to cut them off, man.
Just
it's like
cut that shit out like a cancer,
bro. I remember, like, we've all had the conversation, and when you got the friend that's still in the life. And it's like, yo, bro, we 35, man. like we got 401ks, man. You still out here re-upping.
Yeah.
Like we can't hang out. Like, we got shit to lose.
Yeah.
And so and you got to have that conversation. Or if you got the friend that's always out partying, always out drinking, always out smoking, they want you to tag along. And it's like, yo, bro, like, what?
I'm
not your safety net. You're like, I got shit to live for, bro. Like, you a liability. I mean, I know you always had a friend circle that one that's always getting super drunk, and you got to save them. Or like when I would go out with the mixed groups, men and women, it was always the chick that would leave with a guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, what the, what I'm saying? But it's like, I know why she's leaving with him. It's not because she wants to fuck him. She just wants to feel something. You know what I'm saying? She just wants to feel wanted. You know what I'm saying? But it's like some other shit behind that. Not like, like the whole, like, nobody wants you, was that she doesn't feel that value. You know what I'm saying? It's like other shit. And it's like we have all these destructive behaviors that we do. You got the homeboy that's just like, yo, I'm gonna go and just spend all my money on video games and fucking level this character up to 9 zillion and never leave the fucking barracks and talk to any people. You know what I'm saying? Like, just those destructive behaviors, and sometimes you got to cut those folks off, man, because that shit will drain you. Because how many times you going to save them before you drown too?
Yeah. It'll be that one wrong night.
How many times you going to let Tyrone Bigham still at that TV, Rhonda?
Same TV.
Goddamn Tyrone Biggers.
This is the free 5 o'clock, the free 5 o'clock giveaway.
Oh, wow, shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I said that. Oh, yeah, because we all that it only not that I wanted to talk about it, but it leads into the fucking John Morant shit. And we was talking about it this morning. It's like, yo, at a certain point, you got to separate yourself from that shit. And then I told my story. I was like, yo, I fucking came home and the bros are just getting on the block. And I remember coming home and hanging out. And then the police coming on the block and I'm running and ducking and hiding in bushes and shit. And I got a whole fucking ass job.
Yo, can I ask you a question, man? I got two questions for you, actually. First question, how did it feel running and ducking and hiding with classmates from classmates?
Ooh, I don't think we had, classmates wasn't on yet. This was still
I definitely ran and duck and hid from classmates with classmates.
Yeah. I wanted to ask.
That's wild.
That actually, to be honestly, yeah, but yeah, I didn't have no classmates on at that time, but just the fact of I'm running and ducking and hiding, and like, what the fuck I'm running for? I got a job. I ain't doing no dumb shit. But it was what Bruce always put in us: guilty by association. They'll snatch your ass up just because you was hanging out right there. And I'm like, what the fuck am I running for? I got a whole ass security clearance, and I'm hiding in the bushes and shit. I said, yo, I'll see y'all at the house. Come see me over there.
Yeah. And then the other question, you don't have to answer it, and I will cut this out if you want me to. How did y'all deal with that body?
Which one?
Yo.
Oh.
Yo.
Yeah, we'll talk off camera.
Okay. Because when I ask that question, there's a lot of people that have to ask that question.
Yeah.
And that's not like that particular, but you have situations with people that you are tied to by situations like that. Kind of like Michael B. Jordan, Johnathan Majors, and Creed 3.
Okay.
Right? Because I know in my Navy career 3 specific examples where if somebody would have came on and said, yo, I got something, they could have ended me. They would have had something from like my Wild Boy years, my Steve-O years. They were there. Like motherfuckers was riding shotgun literally. You know what I'm saying? So, and they got caught up in some shit later, but they were already out.
Yeah.
They got caught up in shit. And it's like they could have, and I'm like, salute, man. But it's like I always thought about that until I retired. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, motherfucker, catch me up with some Fat Leonard shit.
Well, I
don't know who bought Fat Leonard, man.
Fat Leonard, my guy.
I know some people caught up in Fat Leonard, man.
That fucked with him.
They were good people. They didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, look him up
I sound like somebody supporting Epstein right now.
Like, yeah, they flew on the flight, but they just were catching a connection. That's all.
Yeah. It was a free plane. God damn.
And I'll give my man held me down. And that's wild shit. This world is a small fucking world. So it's surprising the people that you run into who know people who know motherfuckers from your town. But my man held me down on the strength that his wife was from Asbury. That is it. He said, I know. He said, yo, what did you expect me to do? You know, she wouldn't have went for that shit. Period. And he held me, and I stood by his side, and we went through our shit, but when I say it's just,
it's a good thing she
man
from
held
Neptune.
me down. Yeah. It wasn't no Neptune, motherfucker.
Scarlet Flyer.
Definitely a blue.
Like, oh, meet you. Me probably wasn't.
What are you taking?
Yeah, wild that shit though. Yeah.
Yeah, so do girls have like those ride or die situations like that where you're tied to people, where you have like these skeletons in these bodies that link you, these situations where it's like, yo, y'all went through some like set it off shit, and y'all went y'all separate ways, and it's like, yo, are they gonna like expose me when I fucking stole like $8,000 from the register? I guess. Like, I don't know. I'm just throwing a hypothetical situation. Nothing that you ever thought about.
$8,000 from the register, I guess, huh? That's funny as fuck. Out of Seaview Square Mall at that. Funny as shit.
Stealing a whole fucking truck from Foot Action. Yo, he's like, what delivery at McDonald's? Yo, motherfucker selling quarter pounders.
You said the quarter pounders at the trunk?
By the box.
Oh shit.
Yo, listen, man. So yeah, do you have any situations like that, Sadira, or because you were in the Navy, so y'all never had no like, or just like y'all went on some crazy ass missions, or you and the homegirls did some wild shit, whatever. Like,
no. No, the only thing that I could probably relate to that was my 30th birthday. And one, I'm not gonna say I don't talk to the person anymore, but we're not as close as we were before. But it was my 30th birthday party. I had just got 30 was I hated my 30th birthday.
For real?
Yes. I was supposed to be celebrating, and it was just all shit. And I did not enjoy my 30th birthday
at all.
So that week, right? I was like, I'm turning 30. I made plans. I did a whole paint night for myself, invited people out, what have you. That's the year Grandma Jackie turned 80, right? So I had already made my plans for my birthday. I'm like, this is what I'm doing. I invited people out, did all this stuff. Mommy's like, oh, just come home. It's Grandma Jackie's 80th. Because, week of Thanksgiving, it's always the week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I always go home, or I said, it's my 30th birthday. I'm doing something for me this year.
Dirty 30.
Right. Yeah. So mommy, we're not going to come down. We can't leave Grandma Jackie home for her 80th birthday, blah, 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 blah. Just come up. And I'm like, I already got plans on Saturday. I'm not trying to drive up there and turn around and go right back.
Yeah.
Last minute, what do? Pack everything up, jump in a car, and drive to Jersey.
It's a hell of a drug.
Right? So at the time, I was seeing somebody. I'm not going to say seeing somebody. I was dating somebody. Probably the same thing, but whatever. I was dating somebody that my lovely sister introduced me to, but she was deceived also. So I'm dating somebody, and while I am in New Jersey, I get a phone call from this somebody's wife. Right?
Oh my God.
So there's that, right? I'm like, okay, this was probably Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday that week. All right. So, I go home. Faith is probably asleep upstairs in the guest room. I sleep on a couch because I'm not sharing a bed with my child because she kicks around. I'm sleeping on a couch, and I'm in the recliner, and it's the middle of the night, and I'm dreaming, right? And I hear this noise, right? And when you're half asleep, half awake, I can't talk, half awake, half asleep, half awake.
Slurred speech is the first sign. Right?
You're half asleep, half awake. I don't even know how I messed that up correctly. I messed it up correctly. Half asleep, half awake. And I'm trying to come out of sleep because I'm hearing something in the real world, but I'm sleeping and it's intertwined. And I'm like, I'm sitting there. I can remember myself, Sadira, wake up. What's this noise? Whatever, right? I wake up and Grandma Jackie's sitting at the kitchen table in the middle of the night. Her sugar levels dropped, I think. And she came downstairs to try to get something to help. And she's just sitting in the chair, like
just shaking,
rocking back and forth, could barely talk. She was, and the noise I was hearing was her calling me. She was trying to say, Dera, Dera, Dera. Right. So that's what I was hearing. And that's what made me, wake myself up. And I said, I went home and Grandma Jackie tried to goddamn die on me. on our birthdays. Like, I'm just like, all this stuff is going on, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Or you were called home because you were meant to save her on her birthday.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there. So I'm not mad about that. That's exactly how I look at that entire situation. Okay. I'm like, God damn, like it's my 30th. and it was her 80th, you know.
Yeah.
Then Grandma Jackie, being who she is, after she comes out of, you know, whatever's going on, you're my angel. She said she blamed it on me because I didn't bring her no chicken wings from Food Line. She said, you know, this is all your fault. And I'm just like, all right, Grandma Jackie.
Exactly. From Food Line, I wouldn't be down here doing the Harlem Shakes.
Yo.
Yeah. And then, so then that Saturday I did go through with my plans that I had and went. Then afterwards, me and the one friend that I'm not close with anymore, we went out to the bar and got super drunk. And, you know, I met this random guy and I threw up in the parking lot of McDonald's. And and I have pictures with this. I don't know if I deleted them or not. I might have deleted them. But yeah, just met this guy, and you know, he was with us at McDonald's. And I was just like,
you're in trouble and you don't even know it.
And then I get home, and you know, my friend's son was watching Faith that night, so we could go out because he was older. But she comes in the house, we're both whatever. She took care of me. Like, I will love her forever. That's because of what she did. She walked me upstairs, she got me undressed, put my ass in the bed, in a bucket next to the bed, and you know, that was it. Like, made sure I was good, and then she went home, and Faith was good. And the next morning, all I could say was, and it's probably still out there somewhere because it comes up on my time hop, I'm like, yo, get you her name. Mm-hmm. Right? Because she when I say she took care of me, she took care of me. But I know that story will never ever be told again. Mm-hmm. Right? Of that night. So even though we went through what we went through, I think it's, you know, secure.
Yeah.
In that night. So yeah.
All right. So no 6ix9ine over there. No YSL, no slime gang over there. None of that.
No,
shit.
nothing crazy.
No plea deals.
Yeah.
All right. So I do have one question left on the last topic, man. How do you guys deal with familial indifference when trying to reconnect? Like when you're trying to reach out to your loved ones and it's just like they really don't give a fuck. Like at some point, do you stop giving a fuck too, or do you just keep trying until, you know, they die essentially?
No, you damn, I can relate to this one. Particularly you leave, especially if you want to, if that's what you want to do, but they just not feeling it at the time. Everybody has their own season or reason or when they come into their clarity. Mm-hmm. And you might be at your clarity a little bit more earlier than them. So then the only thing that I can say that works for me, that helps me, is I just leave the line of communication open. It's just open. And so even though motherfuckers won't say shit to me through the whole fucking year, when your birthday come, hey, I just wanted to say, or some random shit that hit me, hey, I was just thinking about you. Blase, hey, I just wanted you to know. But I always leave the line of communication open. And then once in a fucking blue moon, you catch something, and it's all right. And then it may not be shit for the rest of the year, but you know that whenever you're ready to, you can reach out and touch me. It's that simple. So that is how I deal with it.
Yeah. I would say reach out, definitely lead a line of communication, and then move forward in doing what's best for you. I'm big on that. Like, I'm going to do what's best for me at any point.
Oh, so basically what you're saying is it ain't nothing to cut that off.
If that's what's best for me.
Yeah, I agree.
If the line of communication is open, then it ain't a cutoff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now, if you
Well,
close that motherfucker, then it ain't nothing
They
to cut
they,
that.
they didn't get a new they didn't get a new fucking car for their track phone, dog.
Oh yeah, they didn't, but they still got the same messenger account. So they you can reach out.
Yo, that's what's up, man. But with that being said, man, one of the things I always talk about was wanting to know that story from my father, or wanting to know that story, or sons wanting to know that story from fathers. And a lot of times, we don't get that opportunity to get that story. That's one of the reasons why, I started this podcast, was that so, friends and family, they can have the opportunity to tell their stories, and, this shit is forever. It's like Jadakiss said, man, if I die today, my voice flow online, right? But Nas, man, the greatest storyteller, thug narrator, his style's greater, right? He had a song, man, and I'm gonna play the song, and then we'll get into the next topic, man.
All right.
Make sure I'm sharing with the group. Yo, remember we used to have gum in the class? They make you fucking share it with the group.
Oh,
it's like I could barely afford this shit.
I only got 12 fucking sticks.
Nigga had the bubble tape. They like
the bubble tape.
Oh, I remember that. Bubble tape.
Don't have a bubble tape, yo.
Oh,
you got the big league chew. That
the big league chew, motherfucker, was getting 2 strands. Yeah, respect.
Wash your hands, little dirty motherfucker. Listen, man.
That's how we all got mono.
To my nigga.
This is my shit right here.
Brought me in this world. Yeah, that's right, nigga. My old dad important to the family structure, provider, a guard. My mom's a queen at Universal Team Civilizer. My pops maybe was late, but always came home. My mom's would put us to bed, and she would wait on. Soon as he walked in the door, she barking. I turned down to Johnny Carson, jumped out the bed. We grabbed both his legs, me and my brother, not knowing the pain he gave my mother. Night after night, fighting, yelling at each other. My papa played the street all day. Mama was either home or at work while we played inside the hallway. She sacrifices all she got to feed us. When she was alone, she cried by the phone, peeping out the window heated, but still I didn't see it. Mama hid it from us. We was kids, younger, till we got bigger, onto bigger things than we knew what the time was. That daddy was leaving his crib, and my mom's love. Papa was a player, player wasn't Papa. Papa loved the ladies, never got enough of the pretty brown round, running round town. Don't tell your mother what's going down. Papa was a player, player wasn't Papa. Papa loved the ladies, never got enough of the pretty brown round, running round town. Don't tell your mother what's going on. So many kids I knew never knew who Pop was. That's why I show my Pop love, cause he was still around when I popped up. He could have left my mom's pregnant, shook to death, but stayed. Watched me crawl till I took my first step to the first grade, to my first fist fight. Right behind me he would stand, no matter how big and tall, he made me fight you like a man. Throw dirt in your eyes, swing my right, scoop your ass and slam. He watched me so I wouldn't get jumped by shorty's fam. Roaches of weed all over my crib, him and mom's relaxing. Next thing you know he packing, so then I asked him, what's this white shit on that plate and you're facing? Papa, why you butt ass from the waist, and who this lady I'm facing? Dark skin, you not my mommy. He grabbed me up to run some smooth words by me, promised me things that he would buy me if I kept my mouth closed and don't tell mommy. He said one day I'll understand, little me, what's in you, inside me. Papa was a player, player wasn't Papa. Papa loved the ladies, never got enough of the pretty brown round, running round town. Don't tell your mother what's going on. Papa was a player, player wasn't Papa. Papa loved the ladies, never got enough of the pretty brown round, running round town. My nigga, mother what's going on. Pops told me hold my own, Pops told me value home. Could I help it? Papa was a rolling stone who loved the pretty brown round, out of town bound. Trumpet in his jazz band, he touring. At home I played his latest recordings, and it's strange how I do my thing now. I'm in the game now, inherited his brain power, the pull strings and game power. I
we'd have, it's the same now. No white lines or trumpets, just tight rhymes and beats that's bumping. Before he left, he taught me something. A child's young years, the most important time to be there. That's why he stayed till we grew up. Respect is still here. I'm older now, see what having a father's about. One day they could be in your life, next day they be out. It's not because of you, you know the deal. Him and your mom's feel. If they stay together, then someone would get killed. I love you still, always will, cause that's my nigga. Although you felt you was wrong, I still feel your kid. Life goes on, goes on, goes on.
And so, you know, the thug poet himself, Grammy Award winning, Library of Congress inducted, legend, Nasir Jones, right? Calvin, how does it feel to be the subject of that song as well? I say that because we are all the subject of that song.
Yeah. Man, coming up, because I remember that song, and I remember rocking that motherfucker too.
Because that's the opposite of Cats in the Cradle.
Yeah.
Because that's the perspective of the mom, right?
Yeah.
But it's being told by the child's eyes.
Yeah.
And that's what he's saying. So now it's normalized to
It's
just be out
normalizing.
there to just be disrespecting your moms, disrespecting your wife. So now you don't see the value in being faithful to a woman. So if you don't see the value in your mom, how the fuck will you ever see the value in any other bitch, right? Because that's what your father has taught you. And so that's the story your dad is telling, right? And so that's why it's like, yo, you have to tell your story before they get it from somewhere else, or they just make it up on their own.
You gotta tell your whole story.
Exactly. You got to tell your truth.
Yeah, like yo,
truth.
I was a wild motherfucker back in the day.
Yeah.
And then I chilled out and I did this. And I'm gonna tell you, it's fun being a wild motherfucker, but it's gonna hurt and you're gonna cause a lot of hurt. And like you said, so it's gonna hurt, it's gonna cause a lot of hurt. And then you throw that on the shit that we already discussed. We're taught to suck it up. We're taught to mask our feelings. So now if I'm doing some fucked up shit and I'm feeling fucked up about it, but I can't tell nobody, so I suppress it. And it makes it easy to go do some fucked up shit and not tell nobody about it.
It's a vicious cycle, bro.
Yeah. So, I definitely fucking, like I said, I remember that song.
Because now, you know, it goes back to the question, you know, I asked for the past several weeks. It's like, okay, what are we teaching the youth, right? So what are we teaching the young guys out here about Papa not being a Rolling Stone? Because that's what our fathers heard. Yeah. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all he left us was alone.
Yeah, respect.
Hey, mama. Yeah, I got all of Mariah Carey over here. Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying?
The first day of September.
Listen, that's my favorite movie, man. Don't go to the kitchen. Don't go to the kitchen. I gotta pause it right there and leave the room, man. Don't go to the kitchen, Blue. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the thing, man. And so I listened to that song, and you listen to it as a kid. You like, yo, this is a really good song. You listen to it now, you like, yo, listen, this is an instruction manual, bro. Yeah. Same as Cats in the Cradle. You know, no different. You know, and it's like, what do you do to prevent that? You know, and so it's like now it's like you tell a story, right? You started off, you know what, we couldn't get along, you know, and then you progress through there, right? But at the milestones, you got to give them more information because they're going to be able to interpret it more because they're going to be going through those same situations, you know? And so it's like at 16, we're out here making decisions that are adult decisions,
life-changing decisions.
And so we got to be telling them the ramifications at 13. you know,
Mhm.
and things like that. And that's not an easy conversation because we got to expose some of ourselves, and we're our kids' superheroes. You know, like my daughter calls me a fucking superhero. My daughter calls me King Daddy. You know what I'm saying? She's like King Daddy. You know, I'm like, my name is Torian. I tell my daughter what my name is. My name is Torian. I am your father. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, nope, King Daddy. I'm like, okay, whatever, dog. She's like, I'm Princess Teva. Cool. She's like, Daddy's a superhero. She's like, Daddy was a firefighter. Daddy was on a boat. Daddy's a sailor. Daddy does this. She sees me on the TV. She sees everything I do, right? She knows what I do, right? And it's like, yo, at some point, I'm gonna have to tell her that I was mean to her mom while she was pregnant.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, that could potentially
Change her
shake
view of you.
my child's view of me. But I need her to view me as a human and not as a goddamn superhero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she has to know that when she goes through this shit, I'm not gonna be fucking Superman and say, well, I can do this shit, or I went through it perfectly, so you should have no problems. No, I'm fucking Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? I'm Peter Parker. You know, I need help. You know, I gotta call Tony Stark. This shit is hard as fuck. You know, and it's like, and that's why it's like, yo, I'm gonna, you know, I'm all this shit out in the open. Like, and when she gets to the age where she's gonna ask the questions about mommy and daddy, we've already agreed to, you know, take it to therapy so she can talk about this shit because she's asking those questions now. You know, and it's like, you know, and it's like, what do you tell her? You know, it's like she knows we get along. She knows we get along great.
Yeah.
Apart. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, how come mommy doesn't sleep here? She ain't on the lease. That's why I'm on there.
See, we never had that problem with Faith, just because it was easy because he was still active duty. I mean, he is still active duty. So it was just daddy's on deployment or daddy's
is it a problem?
away. What?
Is it a problem or is it just access? I look at it as access, right? We come from a generation where we are not a sentimental age. You know what I'm saying? And we gained access to shit. So we go out and seek access. We seek the truth. We don't expect it. We expect to be able to get it after a level of effort, right? Our parents' generation used to just being told that's just the way it is. Things that never change. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's just what it is, right? That's their generation, the boomers, right? And so the new generation comes and they get instant gratification, instant access, instant information. It's like, you know what? We have to understand these communication differences in the generations and preemptively do this shit. So we're not 50 years old, 60 years old, and we're our parents. You know, and it's like, well, I don't want to talk about this shit because I never dealt with it. You know, the way you deal with it is you talk about it.
True.
That's it. You know, you just talk about it. And it's like, the more you talk about it, the easier it is to process and talk about it. And it's like, you know, because you know, you don't want to compartmentalize it or depersonalize it. But for me, I'm a ones and zeros guy. You know, I get paid to be a neutral, you know, a neutral party and render a judgment, right? And so it's like, I take all the shit out of it. I just look at it, this is the situation, you know, and it's like, y'all tried. You know, shit. Y'all tried, you know. But that's just me, because it's like, how, like what right now, okay. And I'm gonna put everybody on the spot.
Okay.
What do you teach your kids about commitment?
About what?
Commitment in a relationship.
Oh no, we ain't there yet.
I ain't even
Because
got
they're all
that.
talking. Everybody's on that boyfriend girlfriend. He liked me, Valentine's, blah 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 blah, Instagram post. So it's like, so what do you teach your kids about committing to the person that they like? You know, like if you like this is how you commit to this person. This is how
Ain't
you
nobody
honor
liking
that.
nobody right now.
This is how you honor that commitment.
Right,
this is what that means.
Yeah,
You liking them school books.
Yeah,
we'll teach them
into these grades.
because we'll teach them how to buy a Valentine's Day card, and we'll get them
Mhm.
all dressed up for the prom, and we'll do all that shit. But it's like, well, this is what all this stuff really means, because once you get out of here and you start doing those things, this is what that shit means. So we're teaching you how to do these actions, but we're not teaching you the meaning behind these actions, because you're going to be a grown man and you're going to be like, oh yeah, move into my house without any intention of marrying this girl. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to lead her on for 5 years without any intention of marrying this girl. And then it's like, oh, well, I wasted this time. Well, this fucking little guy never got taught what any of that shit meant. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, now we're at a stage where we know what that shit means, and we know what these little guys and gals need to be doing in order to get the objective that we didn't get because we weren't taught. So it's like, all right, what are we teaching them now? You know what I'm saying? Or are we being just like our parents and saying, oh, you guys will figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
But the one thing I'll say, one thing I try to make sure of is that Faith sees a healthy relationship. So with my ex, Faith was an advocate, a cheerleader for the breakup, right? So because she saw things that were going on. She experienced certain things, and she's overheard me say certain things. And kids are smart, and she got supersonic hearing.
Very smart.
Yes, and very observant. And Faith is mature enough not to say certain things at certain times, and and she would just say things to me on the side. But when I told her that we ended that relationship, and she goes away for the summer, so that relationship ended in the summer, so she was gone when it happened. So when she came back, I never said anything to her until maybe like a week or so in the school. And I said, we broke up, right? And she was like, what? And I said, yeah, I see nothing changed, right? Because that's just how that relationship was. It wasn't a relationship. It was just we were existing, right? So I said, well, you see nothing changed. And she was like, yeah, I guess you're right. And then a couple seconds later, she looks over and she goes, good job, Mom. Right? So I'm like, okay, so she's advocate, but no, they're very perceptive to what's going on. And like I said, the little comments that I've made, she has picked up on it. Like my biggest complaint was about just basic appreciation, right? And that we touched on it earlier. And y'all know the situation, y'all know everything that was going on. And it's like, just show some appreciation, right? And I used to joke and say, I'm playing Bruno Mars, I should have bought you flowers. That's it. I don't need the 24 roses. I'll take a $10 bouquet from Food Lion. I don't care about all of it. Listen, they do, and they might be $15, but I will take the $10 bouquet from Food Lion. They $6.99, matter of fact, right? So it's just the thought, the appreciation piece of it. I don't need you to spend $50-$60 on a bouquet that's going to die in a couple days, but the thought of it, I couldn't even get that. Couldn't even get that.
Well, here's the thing. Here's a little tidbit, right? Because the seeing is one aspect of it, but then it's like, I can see a house being built. Yeah. I can't lay that foundation though. So it's like, we still have to teach that other part. It's like, this is why that relationship didn't work. And this is how a healthy one works. This is what you do. And this is what you should do. Because then the other aspect is like, all right, well, how do you teach her how to show appreciation for someone else? Because we can say, this is what they should do for us. Okay, but what do we say? This is what you should do for the other person.
I think that just comes with being raised properly. Like y'all said it earlier, these are just normal things that a nice person would do, right? So just regular everyday gestures, opening the door, whatever, that's just what a normal nice person does, right?
And then I guess to get,
well, most people aren't nice. today.
Yeah.
So the
Right.
normal person
But
isn't
that's
nice.
what you try to teach. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the way of being nice
is to teach them to serve.
to listen to their partner. Yeah. I can see that because that's how
Well,
you get it. If you
we
listening
don't
and you
teach
pick up on the little
kids
nuances
to
and
serve.
the little thingies. Yeah, I can see that because I'll speak for self. That is the only. Yeah, I think that's the way that I do it. That's what I do say because they be in some wild shit, these kids, and so you got to talk to them. It now is the talking generation. You got to give them the why, and you give them the why, and you
Kids
give
today
them,
will talk to you.
Yeah,
if you listen to them, they will talk to you today. You just gotta listen.
Yeah, at least listen. Yeah, there's no guarantee they'll
don't try to fix it.
Yeah,
just listen.
Yeah.
Just say, yo, I'm just an ear. I'm here to listen. I'm not going to try to fix it. I just want to hear your perspective, and they'll tell you everything.
Helping them work it out themselves.
Yeah, that's what I've learned because people come to me for advice all the time because I've been open about a lot of shit I've been through, and I always talk about it when I'm going through it. And the reason why, when I was going through my divorce and shit, like I'm going through a divorce and I'm telling my entire department about it, about everything I'm going through. Because I'm like, yo, listen, I am here going through this and I have to maintain all of this. This is very hard, but I've been doing this for a million years. I could not do this. I couldn't go through a divorce as an E3 or E4, right? Like that would crush me. So if I'm struggling and I have all this experience and all this help, I'm telling you because this shit is going to be extremely hard for you. So you have to be able to reach out and you have to use the resource and have to come to me and come to your brothers and come to your sisters, things like that, because we're here to help you. Like we're your support because I'm here and this shit is extremely hard. You know what I'm saying?
It's
so
going to be
that's the
times
thing.
10 at your level.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. But I guess I had to go through a bunch of shit to go through that, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't like some instant thing. But yeah, I mean that's just my perspective, man. But do y'all have any other insight or any other techniques that you guys think could be used to share the lessons in the story in a more timely manner with the youth? So it's able, like, hey, I know me. I got a girl pregnant in high school, right?
Yeah.
So I should be having that conversation about birds and the bees with my 14, 15-year-old families. Like, yo, listen, this is what I did. I did some wild shit. And I'm like, yo, this like the reason why I joined the military was because of this happened. And I'm like, yo, listen, it's a blessing, but you got to be ready for it. And if you're not ready for it,
I think that's the biggest thing that you can do then that we can do, especially to this Y generation, is tell our story so that they can quickly find something to relate to.
If I can't offer, go ahead. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Find nothing to relate. If they can't, they already think we old motherfuckers and we don't know what we talking about. But if we don't tell our story and say, hey, I was in your shoes and this is how it changed my trajectory.
They think you've been 40 your entire life.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like you're Morgan Freeman, bro.
And the earth was formed on this bright sunny day.
It's like, no, I earned this ball spot from you. I got it from watching.
I got it from you. I got it from raising you, kid. Yeah, nah, that's the only thing I can think is just tell our story, because we can preach at them all day long. Don't do this, don't do this. But if they don't get the why don't you do this? Because I did this and it's changed my trajectory. So if you do this in this day and age, it's going to change your trajectory even more.
Yeah, it's way harder to recover.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is that our children learn from us. And so if we can teach them somewhat of a normal and healthy pattern of what it's like to be in relationship with people, then they'll learn more. We try to, or I would say I try to, like, oh, this not bothering me. So I was like, shit, how they gonna learn? And so like when I went through something, I was like, all right, I'm sad. This is what happened. This relationship ended. This is why. And this is what it is. Mommy's sad right now. I have a right to be sad, but I'm not always going to be sad. but I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like for me to go through this in hopes that I can show them normalcy and not a false reality of what it's like out here in the world. People are gonna hurt your feelings. People are not gonna shit on you and all that stuff. But it's how you react to it is what matters.
Absolutely.
But not how you act, but also we said it before, but also be in tune to say this shit hurt and be okay with it. This shit hurt, but it ain't gonna hurt always. So, you know.
So I have another question for you folks, and because you guys have daughters along with myself, this is something that I talk about my co-parent with, and it's a lovely conversation. And my daughter is learning to serve, and she hates it. But here's the question: to me, there seems to be a war, right, between self-sufficiency and independence, right? And I think at some point we went from teaching our kids to be self-sufficient as latchkey kids to being independent to I don't need no man, I don't need no woman. So now we don't see the value in a man or a woman. And so I just wanted to ask you guys, how do we teach our daughters to be self-sufficient versus independent women? Because to me, to promote independence means that you will never ever learn how to be dependent on somebody, which is paramount to a relationship working. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be able to depend on somebody. You have to be able to rely on somebody. Like, this is the person going to take care of you at the end of your life. That's what marriage is. You're going to change my shitty ass diaper. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to pull that catheter out of that thing you used to put your mouth on, basically. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't
That's
gonna,
what
you
it
gonna
is.
burp the colostomy bag?
That's love. That's love. Listen, when I get married, I'm looking at my wife right now or my girl right now like, yo, I can't wait to change your fucking diaper. You know what I'm saying? Because that means we've been together for 30 fucking years. That's 30 years of fucking memories. 30 years of love just in action. It's like, and I get to make it to the point where we're fucking losing our minds together. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's romantic as fuck. I'm a Pisces. I'm a Pisces. So that's maybe that's me, right?
I would have to say, I don't know if these people out here look at it like that.
Am I looking at it?
Sad.
Am I looking at it like weird or something like that? Or
no,
you on a notebook type shit.
I look at
that's what you
weird
on.
as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Last part was an exaggeration. This is content for the pod.
I can't wait to shit on you together.
Together. But no,
I'm
I think
dating you for that diaper.
Stupid.
I don't know. I just feel like these folks out here, like, it's just for like the here and now. Or you might be my come up. And whatever happened after we get established, shit, I don't know what'll happen. We might stay together, we might not. I don't know. I just don't feel that these, I don't even want to say this generation, I'm gonna just say peoples out here. I don't think they thinking of it as long term, because I think our perception of what a relationship is supposed to be is all jacked up anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody even talks about nobody, I think people are scared to talk about the word submission.
Submission?
Yeah.
Because it's got
Oh, no.
connotation.
Yeah, it does.
talk
It
about
does.
that.
But I've said it before. Give me something and a reason to
Oh my
submit to you.
God. No.
I've
You
said
have to-
no.
You have to be submissive in order to
No,
be submissive.
I can be
Yes.
submissive, but give
No,
me
you have
something
to
to submit
already-
to.
You
No.
already have to serve. You already have to be a servant.
Okay.
You can't just go into somebody's house and just fucking be a butler if you've never served before. You have to
But I
already be a
have.
servant.
But I have. But
you
at the
have
same
to-
time, it's like,
order
if
to
that's what you're
receive,
looking for,
you have to be open.
you're right. I'm completely open.
So
But
you
I'm
can't
not
go
gonna
into it with that
be
pretext, with that
I'm not
statement
saying
can't
I'm
exist.
going into it. I'm not saying I'm going into it like that. You're gonna show me what's
That
going
you're
on.
receiving this
Exactly.
submission. Okay.
I'm not going in with anything. You are going to set that tone. Cause I
and
could tell you,
now
nope, be quiet. I'm not done. So the last one, don't you dare ask me to submit to nothing, because you ain't bringing nothing.
we don't gotta talk about anything like that.
No, but that's
No.
the negative connotation that comes with it.
I'm not
That's
talking
what you're
about that. I'm not.
So
I'm
what are
not-
you talking about?
No. We can go right back to that, right? Just erase submission out of that. Put the
Okay.
word masculine.
Same thing.
So I don't need to display masculinity until you show me something to be masculine for. That's the same statement.
But that's not what I'm
Because
saying.
What are you saying
Because
then?
all
Are you
submission means is willing cooperation.
Are you
It
saying
doesn't
just
mean you're a
Right.
slave. It just means
Until
you're
you
willing to
show
cooperate.
otherwise. Right. Until you display otherwise.
Why would you not enter a relationship?
I was about to
already
say, are
willing
you
to
saying
cooperate?
put your best foot
I'm not
forward
saying
first?
no. I'm not saying I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing. I'm going in. This is what we're doing. Let's do it. Right. But then
That's
when
not
you
what
start,
you said, though.
no, what did I say?
You said I'm not submitting to anything until you show me something willing to submit to. So it's saying I'm not willing to cooperate with anything until you show me something to
I'm
cooperate with.
cooperating. I'm cooperating, but my guard is also up, right?
Yeah, you learn that in the first 30
I'm
days.
still observing, right? I'm still checking things, whatever. You're not going to see everything right away. So I'm going in, okay, this is what we're doing. We're going to make it work, whatever. But then you show me something and whatever.
Now let's change that to a job. Imagine you hiring somebody and they saying, I'm only working here until I see something I don't like.
Yeah.
You fucking signed a contract. That's
you?
a relationship. Yes, we are going to date. We are going to be in a relationship. We already have the chemistry and shit like that. So now we are going to work towards a common goal, which is marriage. That's the problem. We don't have that common goal. We're just going to fuck around until we fuck around.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, because it's never that, shit. If you don't put a fucking,
it's not
agreed upon.
It's not that
front.
black and white. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it is that black and white, though.
It's not
only
if you make it. Only if you make it that way. Only if you make it that way. And everybody doesn't make it that way.
It's always
people go into it with like, oh, we're gonna go into it. We're gonna see what happens. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. And that's the difference. So that's what I have learned, right? I'm saying that's what I've learned.
Define it.
The last one, and that's why I said on a previous episode, don't date potential, right? Because potential will get you fucked up, right? Yeah. So the last one, I'm dating potential, and I wasted a whole 3 years
Sadira,
on this potential.
Gotta go there. You don't gotta.
But I'm trying to piece it together.
We can piece it together even better, right?
Okay.
Because it goes back to the original question asked when I said, "What do we teach our daughters? What do we teach our sons about relationships, about commitment? What are we telling about the story? You weren't taught. So you fucked around until you fucked around. Right. So you followed the behavior that you saw, not that you were actually taught. And that's the importance of telling that story. So that's why I'm like, you don't got to tell the whole story about you went through all it. It's like, yo, I had a pattern of fucked up results because I wasn't taught how to get the actual end product. You saw a successful relationship, but it's like they had a bunch of shit happen, just like a business. A business has a bunch of fuck ups, you know, and it's like, well, how'd you get through it? You know, that's it. How'd you get through it?
So then do you teach, because they don't know, and sometimes you think they're too young, but do you teach them to find themselves first, to find your happiness first? You be happy. You know what you're doing before you bring this into another.
Well, I mean, that's the first thing, right?
That's what you should teach.
You got to be able to. You got to have that yourself in order to teach that. Most people out there don't know that. I ask this question all the time, especially with new interactions with people, especially professionals. I say, name me 5 things that make you happy that aren't materialistic. People can't name 2. I say, name me 5 things that make you happy that aren't materialistic, not shopping, not, spending money on trips, something like that. Not materialistic. Just name something that makes you happy. And people can't name 2. So if people aren't happy with themselves,
Right.
how are they going to be able to tell, little Timmy to go be happy or go, find your happiness first? If they're not happy, they can't help you identify what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And that's why I always come on here all the
Peace,
time and tell.
quiet, food,
I mean,
music,
now,
and something else.
now, right? As a 35-year-old woman, right? But that story would have helped out when you were 16, finding yourself going through your goth phase.
Whatever.
No. That's something that you went through, right?
Yeah,
But it's
no
like
judgment.
while you were going through that, you could have been told about the punk rock phase. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Or because I'm telling you right now, I know my daughter is going to be a wingding just like me. I'm going to have to tell her about all the wingding shit that I did while she's doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know you're out here, you think you want to be an artist, but let me tell you.
She gonna be an artist.
That shit don't pay the bills. You better
Let her be an
fucking
artist.
medical field like your
artist.
mom. But just shit like that, and it's just like just being real, man. Like being real and being vulnerable is admitting that you're not perfect. At the end of the day, like you made it, bro. Like you're at the end of this shit. Like you already came through. So it's like, yo, listen, here's how the sausage was made. You already ate that shit.
But I think it all goes back to also still to being intentional, because even though I didn't see that, I grew up with my grandparents and they were fucking together for 40 something years, but stuff happened. But I also had to be intentional of saying, okay, now what do I want to show my children? And it's even like now, I mean, shit, Nate's 20 and I still am like dating. I'm like, yeah, no, you ain't coming to my house. I don't bring nobody don't come to my house. That's just the way I chose to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, until you are serious or I know where this is going, then you can come in my space and around my children. Until then, you will be outside. And
so here's a question. So have you guys told him when it's appropriate for him to go to a woman's house?
That specific
Because
thing.
I never got told that. And the appropriate answer is fucking never.
No.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
That's the appropriate answer. The appropriate answer when you're young is never, ever, never. Right?
No.
But I never got told that.
Hold it.
And I look back at being up in like just girls I was dating houses, and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing there? Like, why did they not throw me the fuck out like Jazz from Fresh Prince? Like,
or was you going by the friend? Was you doing, let me go to my friend house?
No, I was the man up in that. I was like Jeezy up in that motherfucker. Last time I checked, I was a man in these streets. I was blowing these beats.
Oh man, you went up in there like the Fresh Prince.
Yo, I got
What's
my own
up?
blanket. I got my own recliner and everything, man. Shit.
Oh, you hell no, you ain't sitting in my recliner.
I got mail coming that motherfucker, bro. Shit, got my own shelf in the fridge, bro. But no, it's like I think about that now. Like, what the fuck was going on, man? Like, but then it's like one.
But the parents allowed it, right? Or no?
Yeah, but they shouldn't have.
Hell no.
Okay, so I was gonna say I had boyfriends that came to the house. So
no, not like I was, and that was a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like, way different. Like,
I'm checking motherfuckers. They're coming here. Hell to the no.
Showing no respect. I was the man of the house.
Oh,
you know
you disrespectful.
So, no, I was not coming in bringing gifts. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the 3 wise men, nothing like that. Calling nobody sir, nothing like that. You know
what up, Charles?
I wasn't playing
you call them motherfuckers by their first name. What up, Charles?
Man, I'm calling motherfuckers by what they call them in jail. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they called you in jail, what I call you. You know what I'm so that is like that, bro.
Oh gosh,
man, shit like that. Oh man, I'm good. I'm safe now.
Oh yeah, your ass should have been tossed out like Jazz did.
No, even in high school, even like as like a 17-year-old, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. I should be on nobody's sofa, dog. I should be on nobody's sofa.
Were you like that? Because I came in with manners. I was like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
I mean, of course I have manners, dog. Like, we don't believe that shit.
Yeah,
I'm a 17-year-old boy. I'm like a gun with no safety. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, well, I had the. Oh, you did. So you did. You might have got like 1 or 2 months, and then you was in there, if that.
What?
Like 1 or 2 months of meeting parents and this, that, and the other. Then you are regular. Oh, he's in our inner circle
like 1
now.
or 2 weeks, dog.
Okay, yeah. I ain't getting no fucking 1 or 2 weeks.
1 or 2 weeks.
Wow.
Bro, I'm in there like, what's my man Marcus Houston from Sister?
Really? You hiding in closet?
Go home, Roger.
Roger, yeah.
I'll be the parents love me, man. Like they all love me, man. So it's like, oh, he got a future. You know what I'm saying? You got your own sock drawer. Got a motherfucker going to that motherfucker as a guest speaker at quinceañeras and shit, bro. Yo, just fluent in Spanish for the wrong reasons, man. Bridgeport was a wild time, bro. But that's the thing, man. But because that's the question I ask myself is like, what am I going to teach my daughter? What is her mom going to teach? What are we going to teach together? What failures of ours are we going to expose to her? And like how vulnerable we want to be, and that's like an active thing right now. And it's like she's very smart and she's very inquisitive, asking questions, and she's met other girls I've dated before. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah.
I remember she got the shock of her life.
Yo, some people have been too loud on that walk of shame, man. Like, what the fuck? My daughter has her home room with door stays closed. You got no reason to put your fucking shoes on carpet. Yo, they be falling all through the hallway. Shit.
Oh man, ping pong balls through the hallway.
No light in the hallway. Just like the speedboat meme. My daughter thinking there's 13 ghosts in the door.
He's a fool. Oh my God.
Yo, listen, that's just content for the pod, man. That's just content.
Oh man.
But nah, man, that's just like what I worry about. So I try to ask like all my friends and shit like that, and the elders, and they're like, I'm not saying shit. they do the Magic Johnson face, like.
I think the only thing that I do and I base it off of knowing me is when a new motherfucker come around, I'm like, one, I gotta meet you just so I know who the fuck you dealing with, so that I can say, yeah, I don't like this motherfucker. You may not agree with me, but I don't like this motherfucker. Or, okay, this motherfucker got a good head on their shoulders. But two, when they start making moves, I want to meet the parents. I'm like, hey, these motherfuckers is doing this.
Yeah. And
as long as me and you on the same page and we know these motherfuckers are doing this, this is what I allow in my house, they gonna ask to come over yours. This is what I expect to be allowed.
Is it too much to ask the other parent, is your kid on birth control?
Nah, not nowadays. Because they got the
I was about to say, not nowadays.
Yeah, not nowadays.
Hell no.
Wait, so it's okay to ask or it's not okay to ask?
It's okay to ask.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Because I said that 10 years ago and sounded crazy.
Yes, 10 years ago. Yes.
What you
not in this age.
You ask somebody's
no, today you need everything.
Yes. Yo, no, 10 years ago I was on. I've always been that whole, like, if your kid's dating, like in the parents talk, that's the first conversation to have is, are you guys on birth control? What's like, have you talked about sex, all that kind of things? It's like, yo, if not, y'all gonna be family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I hope one of y'all could grill.
What, at the gender reveal?
Yep.
Yo, because
they exposed to too much nowadays, so you can ask that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I definitely want to loop back on one thing, man. We definitely talked about people advising us and holding us down, or telling us, when to lay off the corner or when to stay inside. I got a whole ass job in my hair running and ducking. I got a clearance, I need to stay inside. We've all had people to advise us to, get off the corner, stay inside. So we're going to play the next song and then go on to the next topic.
Okay.
It ain't hard to tell.
It could be.
Fucking war going on outside right now. Rest in peace to all the fallen soldiers, man. Fuck the ops. You know what's sliding. Free the guys. If you ain't stepping, you ain't ready for the war, stay inside. If you ain't chipping in for firearms or corn, stay inside. If you ain't putting money for dingers or been pulling them triggers, we can still be niggas, but stay inside. If you ain't stepping, you ain't ready for the war, stay inside. If you ain't chipping in for firearms or corn, stay inside. If you ain't putting money for dingers or been pulling them triggers, we can still be niggas, but stay inside. I don't think you really know what's happening in West. He was out without a vest and got a bullet in his chest. We're getting older, so we shoot and we don't chef. If you don't hear, you must feel, and so its outcome was death. All these unsolved murders, it's a mystery. They ain't seen this much shootings in history. There ain't a caution sign to tell them that it's slippery. Slip, you're gonna dead and you can't claim from that injury. What's your bro flagging? We'll grab him and toe tagging. We've been soul snatching, pole packing and throat slashing. We've been chrome slapping, head splattered, no chatting. If you ain't shooting shit, shut the fuck up and stop rapping. If you ain't stepping, you ain't ready for the war, stay inside. If you ain't chipping in for firearms or corn, stay inside. If you ain't putting money for dingers or been pulling them triggers, we can still be niggas, but stay inside. If you ain't stepping, you ain't ready for the war, stay inside. If you ain't chipping in for firearms or corn, stay inside. If you ain't putting money for dingers or been pulling them triggers, we can still be niggas, but stay inside.
Yeah. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Sadira, what you cook tonight, man?
I didn't cook at all because I have had leftovers for the last 2 or 3 days. So, yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. But I played that song, man, because and I asked Calvin about, how they handle the bodies, right? Because I had a lot of people that, had to handle the bodies, and they were the ones that taught me a little bit about the game, a little bit about the street. They also, told me to stay inside, man. I had cats that was, paying me $20 per A on a report card, instead of me out there hustling and shit like that. And they would do that for like all the smart kids in the hood, man. They would pay you like $20 for an A, on your report card. So you would come off like $100. You got to hide that shit from your parents and shit, man. Like, and it's wild because you got more off a report card and they making a week sometimes. This is back in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So when you breaking that down between your friends and shit, but yeah, man, it's wild. I think back and I look now and it's like I remember several instances, man, where if a motherfucker didn't tell me to get out the car, and I'm trying to prove, I'm tough. And they're like, man, you Bruce's son, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, dog. Mr. Booker fuck us up. You know what I'm saying? Like we not going to see him tomorrow in school. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that. And it's like, all right, man, all right, and then you get a little older and you coming around and cats move on to bigger things. And it's like, no, you stay over there with that. You know what I'm saying? Because we with this. And this shit come with some shit that you don't want, and it's like, all right, even, being a little kid, you had like the dope boys, they would send you to the corner store, how you keep the change. And they would always tell you like, yo, like, don't do this. Like this for us. Don't do this, don't sell dope. And I mean, Sadira, you were young in it, but when we were on Pine Street, a lot of that was happening, but you didn't get exposed to a lot of it because of, Bruce, and the influence that he had. And because of it was still codes back then. Like they didn't do that shit around kids, and that was them, trying to keep y'all inside, still trying to, protect y'all innocence and our innocence, and I just want to ask y'all, man, did y'all have anybody that urged y'all to stay inside and kept y'all, on a straight and narrow when y'all might have been, fucking up, being young, being wild, rebelling?
I did.
Yeah.
The bros for me, I think it was the same time, as far as yeah, like I said, when I came home with a whole ass job and I'm running from the cops, and the bros was like, yo, you can't fucking be out here, man. You already doing some shit.
This motherfucker came back a war hero. Ducking from Lock 'em Up Louie, bro. You the best.
And then that's when it was like, oh shit, yeah. Y'all can catch me at the house. I'll be at the house, but the home is open. Come see me over there because I can't be out here. Yeah, and that was them. Were they older heads? No, and then there was only the military cats saying, well, yeah, the military cats were saying, hey, you're gonna go home and you're gonna think you're one way and you're not the same individual anymore. So make sure you move accordingly. I did have that. But it took running to be like, oh shit, they are right. Let me go sit on the porch.
Yeah, because I know I had a lot of like military cats, because I had a lot of East Coast people that were on all the submarines I was on in my early formative stages in the Navy when I was a young hothead, and they always like kind of gave me that hard fucking push, that hard smack when I was doing, but I still did the wildest shit, the wildest, and somehow they kept me. I was like a fucking nuclear missile, bro. I'm surprised I made it 20 years, dog. That's why I got out exactly at 20. 20. You know what I'm saying? Because 21 days they'd have found something. They'd have found something on me, bro. They'd have found them bodies. That's what happened, bro. But cause I remember my man Vincent Moore, bro. Was one of my greatest mentors, man. Taught me so much just about just controlling your circle of control, circle of concern. You know, my man Albert Coleman, bro, like mad OGs and shit, man. But then Mad Cats from the Hood, man. Shout out to Knowledge, people like that, man. Like every barber in the hood ever. You know what I'm saying? So, but the question I have for you ladies, what do you teach your sons and your daughters about the streets, about crime, about gangs? Like, what's the mom's, input on that?
I don't know. So I think because of social media and him having access to everything, I think he just hears a lot. So like, it was probably like a few years ago. We were going somewhere and Nate was just like, yeah, I don't even want to go into Asbury. I don't want to go down that street. I don't even want, and I'm like, where you hear this from? Because I never said this in the house or nothing like that. But some way he picked up that it was dangerous in Asbury Park and just didn't want to go down there or only want to go down certain streets.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, we can't stop living, but we could be safe. You know what I'm saying? So I think just trying to navigate and tell him like, it is not really like, don't be afraid to go nowhere. I mean, because you have to be mindful of where you go and all that stuff, but you still got to live your life. So you just got to be safe out there, and watch the company you keep sometimes, because that's part of it too. But I mean, that's the only way I deal with it. I don't really have to deal with it too much. Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, only gang gotta worry about Nate joining is like drumline or some shit like that. Him out there with fucking Nick Cannon.
A young Nick Cannon.
Yes. Drumline and keyboarding or something like that. Playing on the organ. He on the organ gang.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking Kwame out there throwing Yu-Gi-Oh cards at people and shit.
Right.
Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yo, you know how much I love Kwame is who I wish I could be, dog.
Right.
If I never joined the military, that is who I would be.
Okay.
I would be him. Just
going to Comic-Con with your shirt off.
I'm going this year. That's part of the reason why I lost the weight, bro. You know what I'm saying? So...
You're gonna be Huey from the Boondocks.
Come out there like Thugnificent. Talk about homies over hoes. Do the homie. Hey man, Young Thug in jail, man. Somebody gotta take his spot, dog. Slack. Yo, man, shout out to everybody locked up, man. Shout out to my boy Rub. I'm so happy he's home, man. He's the funniest motherfucker alive, dog. Every time I see him like post something in the group chat, it's just like, yo, a year ago, you had to worry about somebody going in your butt, dog. This is great. You know what I'm saying? You get to be a part of the group chat. and post memes and shit. And a year ago, bro, you had to worry about dropping the soap, man. That's what's up, man. That's life. That's growth, man. You know what I'm saying? That's growth, dog. I love my boy. I can't wait to smoke weed with my boy, man. Because I had to watch him smoke weed for like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, now we both legal. You know what I'm saying? So, so here's a question: Have you guys had like a, because you have the teenagers? So have you had like a gang talk? Like, hey, don't join gangs. Because I never got that talk, and I definitely joined gangs, man. So that's what happens when you don't have that talk.
You know, they have it in school though now, so I don't have to have it.
Are gangs still relevant?
Very.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Extremely relevant.
Yes.
And girls are in gangs, Sadira.
Yes.
I mean, I know that. But
the girl gangs are worse too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the thing, man.
I haven't.
Maybe I just don't see it.
It ain't just Sharkeisha.
Yeah. Nah, I think I haven't had to have that talk, because the talk that I can, well, if they're going, I'll tell you, if they're going to end up being in the game, they're going to end up being a leader. As I said, don't be no fucking follower. Be a leader. And I always show the benefits of being a leader. Always show the need for leaders, especially in this generation, especially, and I make it relevant to them. Like, y'all slacking at this topic or this subject, or y'all not gelling as well in the sport, and all y'all are waiting for one person to say, hey guys, let's get together. So I always push them to be that person, be a leader. So I don't want them to join no gang, but if they gonna join one, they damn sure gonna run that shit. I'll tell you that.
But it makes me think, why have females now been a part of gangs?
Sisterhood.
Sisterhood, yeah, they looking for the same thing. They ain't
getting that love. Or is it love, or is it attention? Or
all of it.
All of the above.
Yeah. Because it's like, you look at like the dynamic of the working household or a single parent household. Mom is working or both parents working. Same shit we went through. We didn't get taught how to communicate, how to love, how to receive it. They going through the same shit because we're the byproduct, right? We're just catching up to it. So we're trying to correct it. Yeah. And it's like, all right, how aggressive are we with this correction? You know, because listen, man, that like just thinking about it, it's like, all right, well, I used to be when I was in Asbury and I was a recruiter, I was an anti-gang counselor and mentor with Alan Min's Chapel over there where Cindy's babysitter used to be. Shout out to you know, because he was the pastor, was a former Navy commander, former Coast Guard chaplain, you know, and we got cool when I was a recruiter, and he would do these lock-ins, bro, and I would give the wildest anti-gang speech. And I'm gonna tell you what it is, because to me, and this is when I'm in the hood, bro, and I'm friends with gang members and shit, right? And I'm like, yo, and this is like the height of homophobia. And I'm like, yo, joining a gang is the gayest thing you can do. I'm like, if you don't like gay people, why would you join a gang? Because you're choosing to be around all dudes all the time and never ever be around women. And what will happen is you'll get locked up, and then you'll be around all dudes all the time. The end. That's it. Like, that's it. Like you literally are just hanging around dudes all the time.
Is that enough for them?
And when you break it down like that, it's like, well, I'm like, where are the girls at?
That's
y'all around guys all the time.
What if they just want love from the homies?
You are around guys all the time, and then you will end up around guys all the time.
Consistent love from the homies.
Consistent love from the homies, but I'm using different language because I'm not trying to get canceled on my podcast. We're in a lock-in, and this is the height of, this is 2010 me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wild back then, and I'm like trying to shock these motherfuckers, right? And it's working. So I'm wild, right? And it's like, yo, and I'm telling them about people I know that either had to take or receive in jail. And it's like, yo, I got friends that are correctional officers in jail, had to pull people that we know off of people or protect them from people. And it's like, yo, this is what's going to happen. You are around dudes all the time, and you will end up around dudes all the time. So, do you want to suck dick? Yes or no? That's it. Like, do you want to suck dick or do you want to fuck dudes? The end.
Wow.
Where do I sign up, Master Chief?
Right.
That's a game. That's what happens at the end. That's like, you know, the epilogue. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's it. That's the fucking post-credit scene of that Marvel movie, bro.
Wow.
His Big Bob's fucking meat sandwich. Yo, but that, you know, and I was very effective because I was from that environment. I was relevant. I was still young, and I had like they knew who I knew, and that was at the time. Remember, like when Jenny Jones was still on, and like all those shows like Maury, they would go to Monmouth County. Like, bro, I went to high school with cats that were the barbers in the Monmouth County jail, and they would be on TV cutting people's hair. Wow. And I'm like, yo, here's my yearbook. You know what I'm saying?
And there's that guy right there.
There's them on the football team with me, and they're cutting hair right now, doing Scare Straight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in this locking with you, trying to scare you straight. So who do you want to see, me or him? Because he like boys now. You know what I'm saying? So, and he tough, bro. Let me tell you, he tough.
But he'll hook your fade right up.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. So that's just me. That's my experience, man. And now that I'm back in the hood, I'm getting involved with another anti-gang program. So hopefully, you know, we'll be able to prevent some dudes hanging around dudes all the time. But that's just the question, man, because I see gang culture being glamorized.
Yes.
I see it, you know, popular, and it's the stop snitching, you know, and if you cooperate with law enforcement, and now they're saying if Quavo takes the stand for Takeoff's murder trial, he's a snitch.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what the streets are saying, you know, and so it's like, how do you combat that? How do you tell your kid that it's okay to do their civic duty and report a crime? Or if they see something, say something, or if they're in college and somebody's selling fucking coke in their dorm like that little bastard from Power.
Oh God.
Fuck Tariq. Yeah.
I guess you,
because we weren't taught that. We were taught to turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
We were taught that, and we see what it did to the community, right? We're gentrified now. That's what happens when that's the result of stop snitching culture. Gang culture and stop snitching culture results in gentrification, right? Proof is in the pudding. So now what do, right? Do you tell little Timmy, hey, you know,
it ain't all fun and games. It ain't all fucking Mercedes and Dookie Fat Road.
No, do you tell them to cooperate with law enforcement or to be a willing participant in the policing of the community? Because we want police reform. Yeah. We want them to be more involved in the community, but do we tell our youth to be more involved with them, or are we more willing to be involved with the community?
Yeah, you start in your neighborhood. You start in the
thing. Are you working with the police? Are you going to join Neighborhood Watch?
I'm working with the neighbors. I keep an eye on everybody within my sphere that I can see, especially my neighbors across the street. I keep an eye on their houses because I'm sitting right here, and they do the same for me. And they made that known, and that wasn't something that I grew up with, but they made that known early. Like, hey, we
obviously you got white neighbors.
Yeah, I do.
And they said we watching you, nigga.
They probably are.
Just like J. Cole. I bet the neighbors think I'm selling
dope. Yeah, I can see that, but I reciprocate the favor. So keep an eye on mine, and I've had.
That's good though. That's good. That's good. Yeah. That's what you do want to see.
Yeah. So yeah, I can just from what we came up with.
But you got white neighbors.
I got mixed. I got white and
they're probably like military as well, so they're used to that.
Bunch of
pride protecting their own. That's the culture. That's the culture. You protect your own. You know what I'm saying? So that's normal for them. So they're like, oh, you're one of us. We're going to take care of you.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And so, and that, like, No, it's just like being a fraternity. You go to a brand new company and it's like, oh, that's my sister. Ski with. You know, and y'all take care of each other.
Yeah.
Y'all throw the diamonds up, y'all take care of each other. You know,
Yeah.
You see the military ring, like, oh
Throw them
shit, that's what's
pinkies
I'm gonna
up.
take care of you. You know, things like that. You know, even I see people Jersey license plates or somebody from Jersey. I'm giving them a little bit of extra love. You know, so and it's just like because you see something familiar.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you relate. You know
Relating.
what I'm saying? And so and so you're more willing to be kinder, more empathetic, show more compassion to something that you can relate to. You know,
respect.
and that's the thing, man. But it's like, how do we relate to our neighbor that we're going through the same shit as them and that we care about them?
Talk to them.
Say that again.
How do I go to my neighbor, right? And how do I communicate with my neighbor that I want to take accountability for your well-being by making sure your shit is safe when you're gone? And by saying, you know what, if I see some wild shit happen, I'm going to say something, and I hope, and can you do the same thing for me?
I think by being, people got to feel safe, first of all, around you. I think if you present that and then present an authentic you, it can happen. Because I'm doing it. I'm doing it real slowly, but I'm doing it. And it is like, you know, of course, you know, this whole stigma about therapy and all that stuff, but I'm just talking. And I'm like, this is what it looks like when you come talk to me. They're like, what you mean? This is what it looked like. We're going to laugh. We might cuss. I'm going to pray. We're going to do all that. And that's therapy. And that's how it is. So if they could feel like they can trust you and you being authentic and you being real, then you can.
Because there's the old saying that, you know, it takes a village. And growing up, I did see a lot of parents looking out for other people's kids. I did see parents being accountable for other people's kids. I did see parents disciplining. People whoop my ass. Other parents grabbed me by the ear, took me home. My parents did the same thing. My parents let other, you know, teachers in the school, you know, smack me if I did some wild shit, right? And I did some wild shit, so they smacked me. And it's like, yo, when did it stop?
Oh no, but you can't do that with these kids nowadays.
Nope. Well, not touching the kids, but just having the ability to have the authority to tell somebody else's kid that they're doing something wrong.
They're gonna cuss you out.
And then the child respecting that authority.
No, they don't. Because I don't think the parents teach them to respect that authority. That's it. Yeah. Because you got these kids out in the mall, like they cussing in front of you. And I'm like, yo, I would never cuss in front of an adult like that. I'll wait till they walk away, leave or something, and then I'm a cuss, but they don't care. But I think it's because, you know, don't touch my child. That's my baby. I discipline my own baby and all that dumb shit. So
that's why ain't no kids allowed in my house.
Now I'm gonna ask a blanket question. Were you specifically taught to respect authority?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna sound wild. I wasn't.
You were what? So you
I didn't see the example of respect and authority. I got taught to disrespect authority and to buck the system and to just do what the fuck I wanted to do.
From who? Me?
No.
Okay, just checking that you wasn't hitting me with that one.
No. You were a little fucking church boy. You were literally a church boy. Yeah, you were like really a church boy. But like the whole late bloomer shit is like, I can vouch. You know what I'm saying? But, I was there.
All right,
had a whole mixtape singing
on that.
But okay, what were you taught about police? You were not taught to obey the police. You were taught to fear the police. You were taught to not trust the police. You were taught to question their authority. You were taught to not trust them stopping you. You weren't taught to, yo, that's a policeman, I can trust him.
A
damn sure
little bit,
wasn't.
half and half, because we had family members that were cops at the time, and when I was a kid, so
Yo,
I knew
let me tell you, none of these niggas came to me and said, yo, I'm a good cop and this is why you should fuck with us. Never happened. No cop in the family ever came to me and had a cop conversation with me ever. And that's why I feel the way about cops, because y'all niggas could have came and talked to me at any point. And none of y'all did. So I got one side of the story and formulated my whole worst case scenario. That's y'all all the same.
Yeah. I had
what was it, a fair assessment? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But it's the one that was made. I had to learn differently. You know what I'm saying? But that's the result. And so I look at all my interactions with law enforcement, even though they were few and far between. I might have been a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? But I always looked at law enforcement and authority, period, with disdain, because that's what I was taught. So I was taught to respect like my parents, shit like that. But to respect law enforcement or to respect like some random authority figure, fuck no. To operate within the laws, I was not taught that. No one taught me to be a law-abiding citizen. No one said, yo, obey the laws. No one fucking said that.
Damn, I take that. I see. I got it differently, because for me, the first laws were the laws of the house. So that's where the first laws where
I'm talking about
no,
actual,
I mean,
goddamn, this is how you
but
operate
that's where
in society.
That's where I get my basis from. The laws of the home. If you did not follow the laws of the home, if you didn't what you knew that you was expected of you and what needed to be done, there were consequences. And then that easily traveled with me out into the real world. And then I got a mix of cops, blase, family members that are cops. So, hey, if you do some shit, come to me here. Going through some shit and having no other option, and then running to the cops who I got a mixed view about, and then taking that shit. And still my foundation was always the laws of the home. If you follow the laws of the home, you will be good. If you don't, you face consequences. So that from grip was always, I took that shit to now.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about home training. I'm talking about world training.
That is world training, because if you add, that's your foundation. If at the basic, the bare minimum, you can understand that you can understand that you have.
If we're just generalizing, I'm talking about, hey, listen, like, because or maybe it's just me, right? Maybe it's just my experience, right? I'm like, hey, no one has ever had a conversation with me saying, hey, this is why you should follow the white man's laws.
Oh no, they didn't. No, it wasn't that.
No,
it was these are
that's what I'm saying, right? Like no one, like in what I've been taught is to reject the American authority figure at every point.
Yeah, then that's going
as a black man being raised in the 80s and 90s. That is what I was taught, was to reject all forms of American authority, regardless of who was there. If they were a part of the system, a part of the construct, whatever it is, you had to prove to me that you weren't a sellout or an Uncle Tom or whatever like that. And so every cop was that cop from Boys in the Hood to me, because I never got told that they were anything else.
Well, then that's where I'm like, that's why I have the that's why I look at it
like different. The good cops that were in the family or whatever, they're great cops. I'm not saying that they're not. They never came and say, yo, I'm a good cop because I do this.
Then I have to say, then that's your experience, and everyone
that's what I'm asking.
Experience. Yeah, everyone has different experiences, and we take it differently. Because like I said, my first thing was rules, consequences in the house. And then I saw how that played out in the real world. So I could relate back to rules, consequences. Oh, these are the rules and these are the consequences. I'm going to find the gray line and I'm going to skirt that to my advantage and blase. Oh, I'm going to join the military and it's rules and consequences. Oh, I've been doing that shit all my life. This shit is easy. And now I've been taught to stand up against something this is unjust. I've been taught that because I watched it. So one of the ones that's supposed to be protecting me is trying some wild shit. And I watched the man that I looked up to say, no, this ain't how we do shit. Let me get your name and badge number. Oh, pardon me, sir. Let me back down. So, like I said, but it all started from the one thing, and it's just my experience he gave me in that household. There's a rule. There's a way we do things, and then there's a consequence for not doing that shit. And this is the way of the world that you're going to go up against. So keep that with you. That's my experience.
Yeah. Shout out to all the law enforcement out there. Fucking cook me some bacon later. I wanted to be a cop, bro. That was like one of the main jobs I was looking at when I got out. And then I talked
thought about that shit while I was in.
Talked to my therapist, and we realized that was not a good fit for me. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been Alonzo out there for real. That was one of my favorite CEOs, Lincoln Reifstack. He was like, "You're like Alonzo from Training Day." He's like, "You've been out here in these trenches too fucking long, and you fucking turn dirty." He's like, "You're the most effective, and when I need shit that I can get it done, but when some shit happens, you're always in it." And that's what, like, anytime some wild shit happened, I was in it. Like, so we go to a foreign port and some shit happened, I was in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm clean.
I didn't do it, but I knew about it, and I was there.
I knew about it. I'm there. If you want some info, you can come to me. But you know, everybody got home safe. We had some bodies got hid. You know what I'm saying? Some bodies got hid. Like, bro, can I ask you a question, man? Yo. And this goes to with everything going on now, right? Who told you how to conduct yourself in a foreign country?
Oh shit!
Because I got taught how to conduct myself in a foreign country by TV. All right.
What you watch?
Saved by the Bell, Married with Children, Martin, that kind of shit. And so my first couple experiences ended up like that in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like getting fucking locked up and shit like that, and being in handcuffs, and they don't speak English.
Oh my God, locked up abroad.
That's some scared straight shit right there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I had a couple, international incidents, but it's like you look at a lot of the travel issues that you see us having now.
Yeah.
People getting kidnapped, not coming back home at all, or going to get, wild surgeries, things like that, and stuff happening, or folks going out and getting locked up for behaving crazy. And it's like, shit. I don't recall ever getting, talked to about how to conduct myself in a third world country.
The only reason I'll say I did
in the military, yes.
Yes, in the military, yeah. That's where it comes from, because the minute you step off, it was, hey, this shit ain't about you. You represent not only you, but you represent this. And then they broke that shit down. You represent your goddamn family. So whatever you do, don't get caught. That was what they said.
No, our whole thing was that the boat will leave you here, and you will stay in jail until the boat pulls in again, which would be 2 months.
Ooh, so not even that. Oh my God,
motherfuckers learning Italian real quick, bro. Shout out to the
I think the biggest thing that my test of where that shit hit was when we were in Italy and they broke into my car, stole a daughter's backpacks and shit, cell phones and all that shit, broke into the car, hid the sign that says, hey, we will break into your car here. So I parked there, and then they break into my shit, and then I go back to my car and none of the shit's there. And then the biggest test is when I'm calling Kiara's phone and I hear that fucking ringtone riding on a bike toward me. His motherfucker got both the backpacks on.
Man, you hit him with some Liam Neeson shit, some taking shit.
Wow. He on the 10 speed, and I'm looking, and I'm like, no. I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. And I'm hearing this shit. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? And he's riding on the backpack towards me, and he gets up on me, and I grab him, and I mash his ass up against the wall. I'm on the block. I'm in front of a fucking restaurant. I'm in shorts and flip-flops, and I mash his ass up against the fucking brick wall. And now I'm furious because you broke into my shit, you stole my shit, and you have the audacity to be riding right back in front of me. But I want to mash this motherfucker out, but I can't because I spark an international incident if I stomp him out right there in a foreign country. A member of the United States stomps a motherfucker out on the ground for breaking into his car. It don't go well for me at all. So I have to look at him sternly, take the fucking backpacks, and walk off. And then walk back to my little fucking beach spot. Hot. Like, yo, this motherfucker should have got stomped out. But I can't because I represent something bigger than me. That was my test.
Yo, how you get robbed and then you wrote this motherfucker a letter of reprimand. Yo, but that's gotta be wild. Cause did you did that shit in front of the family?
No. We got robbed. They were back at the fucking campsite at the beach, and it was like, don't worry about it, we gonna still make the most of this day. And I'm sitting at the campsite fuming, like, ain't no way, y'all ain't just get me.
So was there anybody else out there that would have saw you do this?
Yes, there's a whole fucking restaurant across the street.
Damn, I'm like, shit. All right, so if there was no one out there,
I might have stomped them out. for general purpose, GP.
But just
he gotta get it. He gotta get it.
So I have a question for you, Andrea. Have you been in a situation where one of your travel buddies may have put y'all in jeopardy or put y'all in danger?
No.
No hot girl summers. We gotta go find somebody.
Or any wild trips to like Atlantic City. You know what I'm saying? Back in those days, did people do that?
Hell yeah, we still go to the Bellagio.
I definitely had I had a couple friends put me in the jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? I've also, trust me, I'm a very I used to be very responsible. You know what I'm saying? I was a loose cannon. So I was like Ric Flair. So
Woo!
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, no, I've never. So I can recall one time, but it ain't. I don't really count that. Like I was at a club, and then some guys I knew from high school, they was like, "Yo, Dre, what you doing in here?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm clubbing like you," and it was like, "Yo, get up out of here." And I was like, "Nah, I'm cool. I'm trying to shake my ass." And it was like, "Nah, get up out of here right now. Like, leave, go." And like, soon as I left, right where I was standing at, somebody had got shot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right in Asbury. But
and you told your son Asbury isn't dangerous? What kind of parent are you?
And say it wasn't dangerous. I'm just saying you got to be cautious somewhere you go.
Stay east side. Stay on the east side of Main Street.
Yes, the east side of Main Street. But
yo, if you no longer see a rainbow flag, turn around.
Right.
Yo, so the only safe place in Asbury is just like Mario Kart. You got to follow Rainbow World Road.
Oh,
EJ.
Follow the flags.
Follow the flag. Follow the flag.
Oh man, listen. Whoa, keep that L in there, bro. We're trying to keep this podcast.
You was a fool. I just caught it.
No. I'm talking about this L. Yeah. Listen, man, this is what I do for a living, man.
Yeah.
I get paid to talk for a living, baby. So you don't say about what.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I hang around pretty decent people, so nobody's ever put me in a jeopardy except that one time.
Calvin, man, you ever put the squad in jeopardy?
Have I ever put the squad in jeopardy? No, I've never put the squad in jeopardy. I've been the responsible one. And I'll put myself in jeopardy rolling solo. Yeah, we done that. Definitely. Yeah. But no, I'm not the jeopardy one. I'm the responsible one.
Yeah, I know like my entire deployments in Westpac in Japan was putting myself in jeopardy. Like I was just wandering the streets barefoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was one night we were in Okinawa and we went to this place, the city called Naha.
Yeah.
Amazing, beautiful place. And we're out there with like our XO, the captain, like all the fucking chiefs and officers, all the fucking crew, and they're out there at the club with me. And I got like my XO on the shoulders and shit. We're out there, bottles and shit, getting
I think I
fucking
seen
wild.
that fucking picture.
Yeah, I got right. And so that was that deployment. I'm out there just doing the wildest, right? And I was like, this bores me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I want some sushi. I want some sushi. And I had on some Clarks, and I didn't want to fucking like fuck the bottoms up. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna just walk barefoot through Japan, right? I just took my shoes off for some John Wick shit, and I'm walking through Japan. I walked for like 2 miles, all the way to the docks, all the way to the water,
Sake
dog.
bottles.
To the waterfront, and I'm just sitting on the fucking dock of the bay with a bunch of homeless ass like Japanese dudes, just watching the sun come up.
Oh,
and I'm like,
God.
oh shit, they probably worried about where the fuck I'm at, dog.
You just wandered off on them.
Yes.
Yo, yeah, you definitely put the squad in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Yo, oh my God.
They was looking, and they was like, he probably left, dog. You know what I'm saying? He probably just dipped. Because I used to do that all the time. I would just like have my own shit and it just dip. Because I always knew where we were going, right? Because I'm planning the trips, right? Like months in advance. So I'm like, I'm doing a scouting report. I'm already on like Japanese Tinder and shit, dog. I'm already got the Google Translate going crazy, bro. You know, I already got hotels booked and shit. This is no lie. Like we already got shit booked already. So as soon as we get off, they're at the pier waiting on us, dog. Just like Rampage Jackson said. You know what I'm saying? So we get off the pier, they're waiting on us. So we come out there and shit, and it's just perfect. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I never got taught how to behave overseas. Let me tell you that.
Yeah. Okay.
My
Yeah.
father spent a lifetime over there. Never told me how to behave over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was acting wild, man.
I did one.
Young
I
hot
did
boy.
one where I put and it happened to be in Korea.
Yeah.
I paid for a $300 bottle of Jack Daniels to get out of that shit. The regular old $25 bottle.
Yeah.
I paid $300.
Bro, you know how many Nigerians I've had to talk to because dudes like overspent or ran their limit up on a card.
Yeah.
And they still trying to like get this girl all their money, give them their social and shit. Like, yo, I've had to like pull, like, they ready to like take organs from people.
Yeah. We like, need that kidney.
Yeah, no, because in Japan, like the Nigerians and the Russians run all the clubs, so the Russians own them, and the Nigerians are all the muscle. So they see like black people walked on the street, and Nigerians like, oh, come in here, yeah, I try to get you in with the Afro beats, and then it's all like Ukrainian dancers and shit. So you don't want none of that. Get out, right? But then these little young cats go in there. They've been on deployment 3 months. Ain't seen none since to seen them, right? Ain't seen none since the swim test and boot camp, right? And so then that's how it be. And so then they just paying their whole little hard-on check. And then boom, I gotta talk to fucking M'Baku and goddamn Kamaru Usman. And fucking Israel out of sight.
Let them live, B. We need them to live.
True story, USS Hampton 2013 and the 2015 deployments had to get people like out of the clutches, you know what I'm saying, out of Nigerians from like tapping they fucking Navy Federal cards, bro. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not me. You know what I'm saying? Not me, because I'm the DJ. Everything's free, you know, but yeah, wild days, man. But I do got one more question for you guys, man. Because you know, I got a lot of crazy ass, ambitious ass goals for the new year and for 41, right? And I've asked this question multiple times on the pod, so I'm gonna ask it again ahead of me playing the song. What are your goals for moving on up, right? And we've heard the Jeffersons moving on up, you know, that deluxe apartment, you know, in the sky.
In the sky.
And I'm like, yo, so what are your goals for moving up in whatever it is that, you know, you're looking to do in your career, whether it's transitioning to a whole new fucking life, you know, whether it's, you know, for me, my whole shit is like, yo, I have to find a wife this year. If I don't find it this year, bro,
Mhm.
Rampage Jackson. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You wanna, but not no mail order shit.
No. I listen, bro. I still got things I'm in contact with from those deployments, bro. What, you crazy? My stream's heavy in Japan for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
but I'm big in Japan.
big in Japan, like Dave Chappelle. You know, but he's like, I'll call you later. That's what yo, man. Shout out to Full Metal Jacket, man. You know, but Curtis Mayfield moving on up.
Hush not, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complication. Bite your lip and take the trip. Though there may be wet road ahead and you cannot slip, just move on up. For peace you'll find into the steeple of beautiful people where there's only one kind. So hush not, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Move on up and keep on wishing. Remember your dream is your only scheme, so keep on pushing. Take nothing less than the supreme best. Do not obey, you must be safe, but you can pass the test. Just move on up to a greater day. With just a little faith, if you put your mind to it, you can surely do it. Just move on up. Move on up. But move on up. Watch out, but just move on up. But move on up. Move on up.
Oh man. We are back. We are back. Are we back? Am I muted? I'm not muted.
We are back.
Yeah. Curtis Mayfield is going crazy. Yeah. Shout out to Kanye West, man. I sound crazy saying that. Shout out to Adidas, yo. So I hope everybody had time to think about that question, man. But before I even get to that, what I want to talk about is something that I brought up before, which was using negativity as energy for your goals. Because I talked about using like the people that I wanted to get back at, or like a negative opinion of me, not that person or that personally, but just that negative opinion, using that as fuel. Is that something that you think can be utilized, as a motivating factor, or is it even healthy to do, or something that should be in someone's metrics when they're doing some kind of goal setting? Is proving the doubters wrong? Should that be in someone's goal setting metric?
Yes. That way you don't because I think I watched what did I watch? I watched the interview and it had Marlon Wayans on it, and they talked about Michael B checking L'Oreal on the red carpet, and then Marlon was like, if it had been me, I'd have talked to I'd have pulled my brother aside and said, don't let them see you sweat. And then he said, you check them by winning. You succeed by winning. You don't got to stoop yourself to their lower level. You ain't got to tell them off and all that shit. You ain't got to say shit to them. You let them see you shine. So yes, he said you utilize that energy. You internalize it to a degree. You might even take it personal, and you let that shit fuel you to the top. And they have to see you because you're going to shine. And they have to see you. And then it'll come to that point where you'll lock eyes and you'll see. And you just give them a smirk. You smile. They got to see you shine. That's how you take that negative energy. You ain't going to be nothing if it's from teachers. You ain't going to never be nothing. You're going to watch me on fucking television one day. You're going to listen to my shit on the radio. Or even worse, your kid's going to be rapping my shit in the car ride to soccer practice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hell yeah, take that shit and let it fuel you. You don't let it eat you alive. You let it fuel you to greatness. That's my thoughts.
I don't know. I'm stunned because I'm listening to your response, but then some people take that shit too far.
I do.
Right. Some people take it too far. So yeah, you thought I wasn't never gonna be nothing. So I'm gonna be something. I'm gonna go get this one degree. I'm gonna go get this other degree. I'm gonna get this master's. Then I'm gonna get this doctorate, and you ain't doing shit with it. But you're using it for conversational pieces. So this is what I bring to the table. Listen, baby, you know what I'm saying? Like I got two degrees, I got two masters and a doctorate. So you know what?
Yeah. Shout out to that Kanye West skit.
My degrees got degrees.
My degrees got degrees.
Oh my God, dog. Yeah, that's a good thing, because I know me, like I was talking about in the last episode, like I do want to get back at some people.
Okay.
And I do want some people that I do want them to see me, right? But I'm to the point where it's like, yo, I'll put your face on a goddamn punching bag, dog. Like I'll do that kind of shit. You know, like when I was in the Navy, and like if I had like an issue with somebody, like their picture would be on my phone.
On your phone?
Yes.
Your screensaver?
Not the screen. It's on my phone, not the screensaver.
So every now and then you look at that motherfucker.
I look at that shit like, yo, I'm gonna fucking. I can't physically put hands on you, but I'm gonna still take this fucking I'm gonna still harness this fucking feeling, so not to where it's like I'm upset, but it's just like, just thinking about it even now, just like I can think about like my chief when I transferred to the USS Florida, and I was like the only black dude in the division, and I was the LPO, and they had like white E6s that were working for me, and he didn't like that shit. I remember like we were doing an eval signing, and he called me the N-word doing eval signing, And I can always use that. So even though I don't get mad about it, it's just like, yo, that shit just like puts a battery on my back, because it's like, yo, I know you had to be so fucking mad for that to come out because of my success. And I wasn't even doing shit at that point. So I know now, you know where I am. I know we're in the same circles. I know you see me on LinkedIn. I know your friends like all my shit on fucking Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta see this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know you letting the motherfucking N-words fly. You know what I'm saying?
In the office, in the bathroom.
Yeah, but it's cool, you know, and it's like, and then so I'm using that like I'm glad you still like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that shit,
fucking asshole.
Damn, that shit reminds me of looking at the Last Dance when they said Jordan. I don't know if a motherfucker said something to him or not. Some people say he did, some people say he didn't. But whatever he did, he made up a story in his mind of somebody shit talking him.
That's like me.
And use that shit to you gotta pay for this shit. And that second half burned their ass off of who knows what was said, but he used that fuel and he said, you know what? This is what's gonna fuel me, your disbelief, or you gotta pay. Your team gotta pay.
That's how I was like my entire career. And even now retired doing some other shit. I'm like, yo, I'm creating a whole beef, yo. I'm creating a whole beef. This shit is like wrestling, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm creating a whole fucking narrative just to motivate myself to do this shit. Because it just makes it.
Wait on you, Hogan.
Yeah. To me, it just makes it fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I got to do to get myself past certain goals. Is I got to make it entertaining. I got to tell myself a story, right? And it's like sometimes I create a bad guy when there's not one there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Sometimes I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because I want to stop somebody else from doing something. And my sole motivation is just being a fucking roadblock. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A necessary roadblock?
No. Just I don't like you. So I'm gonna take this from you. I don't even want it.
But
you
I'm
just
gonna
don't
make
deserve
sure you
it.
don't have it.
You just don't deserve it. Because if you did deserve it, you would get it from me. You would beat me. You know what I'm saying? So there's some fair and square shit, but I know you don't deserve it. So I'm going to take this, and I'm gonna still do like so. If it's like, let's say it's like a position or a job, right? I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna do great at it, and you're just gonna watch me flourish, right? But you know I don't really want it, and you know you can never do a great job like this. But I only took it because I didn't want you to have it. Or let's say if it's like, you know, back in the day when I was young and very oh god, it feels like a young lady. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I'm a bag just because you don't deserve it.
Taking that. Hell yeah. I'm taking that, bro. You don't know what you can't drive that sports car.
Gotcha.
You can't
handle that
stick yet.
Bro. You're trying to learn the art of making love. You haven't got a paintbrush. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. And it's like, you don't get that. I'm gonna take that from you. You know what I'm saying? Just like that's the big piece of chicken. What's wrong with you?
Is that ego? Is that I deserve that chicken? You definitely don't. Or
it's not about I deserve it. You just
don't deserve it.
You don't.
And I'm not going to let you have it.
Yeah. It's just normal shit that comes with. It's just the normal spoils of me being a victor. You know what I'm saying? It's what comes with the territory, right? When you get a certain level of whatever, you have a certain level of whatever that comes with it. No matter what. It's like if you're in a job, you get a certain level of carte blanche that comes with it, right? So it's like, all right, cool. I get to get away with certain shit.
With rank
that don't mean I'm gonna let you get away with it. You ain't earned that right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm telling my youngsters right now. Them motherfuckers looking at me like, why is C-Meach always in civilian clothes? Motherfuckers, I did 26 years and right now I'm trying to transition.
Hey, yo, how many times you been stabbed? Not you. Ask them that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, true. Okay.
Like, yo, like how many? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, how many missiles you shot, bro? How many innocent lives you took?
How many bombings you been in?
This many? Okay. You know what I'm saying? I
then
grow a beard because I carry that guilt. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I get to wear a collared shirt today because of that.
Yeah. That's wild, man. That's crazy, man. But so what goals do you guys have for this year? Because we're already 3 months in.
We already 3 months in, man, and I'm behind.
Damn.
Because it takes 90 days to make something, change behavior.
Change behavior.
So it's like, yo, hey, 90 days, whatever New Year's resolution we had, shit should already be what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
I would say, go ahead.
Well, shit, me. Obviously, I'm trying to get the weight down, get back to a respectable. Got a little eating healthy, so I reached out to you. That 6 months to retire and then transition properly, which has been going smooth. Getting job off. That's wild. Getting job offers now. Like, yo, you on terminal in April? You can come on. We ready. So that's wild. I still said the author shit, so I already reached out to Kwame. I just got to set the Google Drive up and let him start reading the shit so that he can start drawing to the shit, because I still want Arthur behind my name. Daggone, start the business.
Because I have a question, Andrea. You might like this one. We all have goals like that. What is your mental health goal for this year?
I'm glad you asked. My mental goal health this year is to have total heart healing.
All right, for people like me that have no idea what that means.
So for me,
it sounds hot.
But it could mean different things. Because I'm at a certain
baby. Yeah, Triple H.
Wow.
DX. Yo, you should have done this podcast 10 episodes ago. You'd have fit right in.
So all right, so it can mean a whole bunch of different things or whatever. But I think for me, I've healed to a certain point, but I'm not satisfied where I'm at. Certain things are still triggering me, or I would say get me upset or make me mad and make me go back into defense mode and make me go into, how I say the word on this podcast, make me act like a dude.
Okay.
And I don't want to act like a dude no more.
Just exerting masculine energy.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. I don't want to control a situation just because I'm angry or I'm upset, and control you because I know I can control you and get away with shit. And I don't want to do that no more. And I realize I can go into that quickly because there's still some things that's left open for me, and I am closing it. And so I'm so serious about doing it. I'm actually shutting my business down as far as taking clients starting next week for the next 7 weeks. Starting next week. So I'll be doing,
Just to refocus?
I'm enrolling into this class called Heal the Heart. I've heard some amazing things about it, and I just need something else. So I'll be taking consultations, but no new clients.
Okay.
And I'm just going to shut it down to check in on me for 7 weeks. And then after that, I'm already going full throttle, and I want the trajectory of my business to switch and to change, meaning like now I see a lot of clients and I go out and do workshops. I want to mainly do workshops, and what I consider, I want to go in and light up the room. That's what I want to do. I want to go in and light up rooms this year, like rooms. So like one of the big things that I have coming up, I'll be in AC for a spring conference for EOF, like staff and AC, like that's huge. And so I'm looking to have my material done, make sure, my speech is together, my presentation is together, and just have just open to what is going to come out of that. With that being said, I need to bring somebody else on my team. So it's just a one-man show right now. And I'm busting out of the seams right now, just with me. So I really want to like take my business up to another level. But I think before I do that, I need to do some more work on me.
That's an honest self-assessment.
Oh, that shit is raw. That's some raw shit for me to say I don't want to act like a dude no more.
Well, I mean, I know for me,
some raw shit.
I know like I have to be better at forgiving. I lie all the time when I say I forgive people. I don't forgive you motherfuckers.
Right.
I just say that shit so you leave me alone.
Right.
I still don't like you. And
Okay.
I still get pissed off when I see you.
So why not just say I don't like you? And leave me alone.
No, it's just like even the thought or the mention, they still have some kind of power over me. So
connection to you.
It's just like I have to keep you fucking near enough for me to be fucking mad at you. Instead of just either forgiving you or just cutting you the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm keeping people in limbo.
Why we do that?
Why do I do that?
Why we do that?
I do that because I fucking don't like you, but I guess I still have like a little bit of loyalty to you. But secretly, I don't know. I it's like maybe there's some hope of redemption, but it's just like it's just like, yo, you got a Hail Mary's chance, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, fuck it. Cause it's just like right now this year, I'm really getting strict with access. You know what I'm saying? And when I retired from the Navy, that's like one of the reasons why I cut my phone off and shit and was off the grid and everything like that, and was off social media for a long ass time. And and it was like, if you need to get a hold of me, it was like Facebook Messenger, or you have my burner number. That was it. Right. And then now it's like, that's one of the biggest like issues I run into with like dating, is because they're like, oh, you're so secretive with your phone. And I'm like, well, what do you need to call me for? If you want to talk to me, you have my phone number. You can call me. But what do you need to call me for? Like if you want to talk, that's not a hard question. It's like, if you want to talk, you have 800 different ways to get a hold of me, right? So we can utilize all of them, right?
Okay.
And so it's like, is it communication that you need, or do you need to have access to me? Because what the issue is that, we come from a business where we can't have phones at work. I'm in a business out where I still can't have a phone at work. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm in the business now. I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I have a day job, right? Where I deal with a lot of shit all day, right? So when I'm not dealing with some intense EEO shit, civil rights shit, I'm dealing with a 2-year-old, right? I'm actively teaching a 2-year-old, so I'm not about to respond to a text immediately during like a normal 9-to-5 schedule, right? I'll get to it when I get to it, but it's like, hey, do you need the ability to have immediate access to me, or do you need to talk, or are you trying to keep tabs with me? Like, which one is it?
I'm about to say, do you just want it because it makes you feel better?
Yeah, like that's an honest question, because if it just makes you feel better, you can have it. For
insecurity purposes.
Like you can have it. But if it's like you need to have access to me, well, here's my work number. Because you can have that. Because it's like, yo, if you need to have access to me, I don't have my phone on me all the time, but I do have my laptop on me all the time, which is my phone. You know what I'm saying? So all my calls from my phone get forwarded to my laptop. So if you need to get a hold of me, I can give you my business card, and that has my 100% number. You can call me 24/7 and my laptop will ring. So the question is, how much access do you need? Like, what do you need?
Is this when you're dating?
Yeah.
You giving out a business card?
Not a business card. Like they already have like my actual number and shit like that. But the question is, what level of access do you need to be comfortable? Because of us, right? It's like, we don't have our phone. So it's like, well, you don't have your phone, so how do I know what you're doing? Well, you wouldn't know what I was doing if I had my phone regardless.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So what do you need to be comfortable? Do you need to have access to me? Do you need to have the GPS location on my shit?
No.
Right? Can you just trust me? Like, do you just trust me? You don't care? Because like I've dated women that are like, I don't care what's in your phone. It's what's in your heart. And I'm like, oh, I still cheated. Joking. It's content for the pod. Content for the pod, right? And so no, and so but that's the thing, right? And so it's like I'm like, oh, well, that's what it should be because I'm not going through your phone, right? I did that one time, one time, and I didn't do it. Her friend made me do it. She brought the shit up and showed me, and I'm like, I didn't, you know.
That's for this.
Yeah, I would have been fine. Like I didn't even care if she did what she did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I care that your friend ratted on you.
Nah, going through no phone. I'm not. I ain't doing that. That's just showing. Screaming insecurity for me.
Yeah,
like that's just screaming it. I don't know. I would say, you asking me the question.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have both. So I would love to have the communication. Yeah, I would love to have both. But I would make you feel comfortable enough to give me both.
Because let me tell you, man, like
I would make you feel comfortable.
Old TJ from here, you know. I have two phones. I have an iPhone. Actually, I have three. I have an iPhone. I got a fucking Droid, and I got my actual laptop, which is the real shit. You know what I'm saying? The business line. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, yo, I can call either one. Let me know. Like, but I've had people like get upset. Like, why do you have two phones? Well, because if you have an Android, I'm not going to call you my iPhone and get these green text messages and just like, I'm never going to want to talk to you. People don't understand that.
It's a real thing.
Like if you have green text messages, I never want to text you. So if that's the case, I'm only going to call you. So I'll just use my Android. I'll just call you like a normal person. Right?
Okay.
Cool. But if you have a Droid and you're trying to text me, that's not happening. So that's why I got to know, like, do you need communication? If that's the case, then you're going to become a voice note person.
Okay. I can rock with that.
Yeah, because I hate text. I do voice notes because you still get the personality, the nuance, the emotion. It's like it's the vibration of that energy. You can feel that person.
Yes.
You know, and so it's like, hey man, you leave Shorty a voice note, she saves that, she can play it back 10 times. You don't gotta, I don't gotta text you at all throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah,
you know, but but that's just me, you know, but folks don't see it like me, man. But that's also why I'm out here in these DC streets, you know what I'm saying? But
you want to put your phone down like this?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
No, I'm asking. You know how people put their phones down and you can't see the top of the screen?
Nah, hell no.
Oh, okay.
No.
You leave your screen up.
I want you to see what kind of dirtbag I am. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did you just say you getting married this year?
I'm getting married this year. Yeah. No. I'm a public person. I'm a very public person. So it's like, whatever I say, you know, people are gonna. Like, it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't like date a bunch of people, you know? So if I'm dating somebody, it's just one person, you know? So it's like, if somebody were to text me, I'll let you see it. Like, you can see it. Like, yeah, like, go ahead. Like, I'm not, because I'm that kind of person. When I talk to somebody, I'm just focused on you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't used to be that way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it is no good for anybody. You know what I'm saying? But that's just, you know, that's just me, man. I want to know what kind of goals, you know, we all have for the year. So here's a question. For the youth them. What goals do you have for them? Or Calvin, man, what's your mental health goal for this year?
Mental health? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Man.
To make it out.
I got a mental health goal for you, bro.
What's that?
Just like Elsa from Frozen. Let it go, let it go. Bro, you got to let it go, man. And what I mean is you got to let go of the illusion of control. You know what I'm saying? Because you going through what I'm going through right now with this fucking potty training, bro. All right?
Word.
It doesn't matter what you do. They're going to piss where they piss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you can teach them where to piss. You can teach them where the potty is. You can teach them how to wipe. They'll get it eventually. You know what I'm saying? Everybody learns at their own time, right? And so it's like you can have the best system, the best structure, and everything like that, but they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and you did your job. And as long as you got a loving environment that they want to come back to when they fail, that's what's important. Is because when they fail, they have to be able to come back home. You know what I'm saying? And so you just gotta let it go, let it go. That's my mental health goal for you. And the reason why I say that is because you and me, we are so used to having control. We so used to planning. Like, you know how hard it is to watch Teba just completely not do what I tell her to do? Like, I'm just like, yo, pick up that book. And she's just like, nah, I'm gonna pee.
I'm gonna pee on this.
Yeah. On some R. Kelly shit. And it's like, why would you do that?
Drip, drip.
It's like, yo, Teba, clean up your room. And I'll sit there and she'll pick up two things and then stop and then start playing. It's like, Teba, what did I tell you to do? And she's like, clean up my room. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm playing. I'm like, well, and she'll clean the entire room. But she's gonna stop and play and do it. And that's just how girls are different than boys.
Yeah.
Boys are obedient. You know what I'm saying? Boys are obedient. You can tell a boy, go ram your head into that wall 10 times, and they'll think it's a good thing. A little boy will do that shit and thinks it makes him tough. A girl will say, why?
Say why?
Like, why? What the fuck? And that's what it is, right? And so it's just like with them, they gotta believe in whatever it is they're doing. That's what I've learned with my daughter. So she's gotta believe in that potty. You know what I'm saying? She's got to.
It's gonna change my life.
But it's not just the potty. She's got to believe in herself. So she's got to believe in her bowel control. I gotta reinforce that. So as good as a cheerleader as I am for her is as good as she performs. So when I start her off in the morning with all the positive shit, she's always good during the day and at night. She's held her shit for a 30-minute car ride. Came home, sat in the potty. She's got up at night, right? And did it. But on the days where I'm slacking, that's when she fucks up. When I wake up in the morning and I'm not on my shit, or I don't get my little fucking yoga, and I don't get my shower before she gets up, when I'm slacking, that's when she fucking lacks.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess she's gotta damn, they have to believe in you. They gotta believe in you. I can see that. Because I noticed the difference, and I don't ask for shit. I don't ask for a motherfucking thing except for these basics. And I usually base my basics like, I'm like, yo, you can't do this. Fuck makes you think I'm gonna trust you to go out and do this. So that's where I fuck up. But I understand that they gotta believe in you. They gotta believe in you that you believe in them.
Correct.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because you know they're gonna fail.
Yeah.
At everything. That's the thing. They're only going to succeed at one thing, right? And that's fucking up. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing, right? And so it's like, can they come back and say, this is what happened? Where did I go wrong? You know what I'm saying? And I think that has to be the difference between our generation and the generations prior, is that we have to lay the foundation where they can come back and we can do the self-assessment together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can make the plan together, because a lot of times we didn't have the opportunity to go back home and say, yo, I fucked up, because it wasn't a home to go back to, right? This is something that I talked to you, right? Like, very few people can go back to their childhood home. That's it, right? And so it's like, if you get out here and you're 25 years old and you fail, you don't have anywhere to go back to.
You have a foundation to go back to.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for just our entire generation, if we're gonna like change shit, that has to be like the foundation, is that we have to, like when I talked about it last year, it's like these fucking road pavers and these fucking trailblazers. We are the road. We are just the foundation. We just fucking get stepped on, just like we stepped on the previous generation. And if we make it an easier fucking transition for them, because their kids are going to walk right over them too and piss all over those goddamn books.
Piss all over their daily news and their Asbury Park Press.
Or their fucking digital fucking readout from their fucking wrist. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, man. And so that's just, you know, that's just it, man. Any thoughts?
Nah, respect. Like I said, I think I've been catching that shit. Ultimately, I see where the wife is winning and not succeeding is the relation. If you can get them to relate to you, however way you can relate to you, then they can hopefully see you care. If they can see you care, then they can understand that you have their best interests at hand, and then they can understand that when I go out into this wild blue yonder, because I ain't listening to shit you said, even though you told me left is a wrong turn. Do I have some place to come back to?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Respect.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Well, that was the last segment of the season, man. So, Sadira, where the hell she go? She in there probably fucking season some pot roast or something like that.
I didn't want to
season some pot roast or something.
I'm here.
It won't stop and now, boot up.
So before we get out of here,
It's
for the
past my
season-
bedtime. I don't want to see y'all see me nodding.
What's over there? Oh, yeah, that's crazy. So before we get out of here, you got any question? You got anything for the people, Sadira?
Not really. Just keep those lines of communication open.
Bing. I like that, Dara. I'll take Dara's keep those lines of communication open, and then I'll add on a find a way to relate. Boom.
That's what's up. Drea J, anything to say to the people?
I'll say what I said before, always remain in the posture of a student. So you can always grow and learn.
There we go.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
Mhm.
Well, I'll say this. I get by with a little help from my friends.
Oh, that's my pay the joint, man. That's my joint. The Wonder Years shit.
And that's it for season 2.
Wow.
It's been a wild season, man. Shout out to everybody that's been on here. I've had like 5 relationships with this fucking
classic shit.
I broke up live on the podcast, dog.
Live. Oh my God.
Thanks for having me. This was dope. This was dope.
Yo,
Thank you.
next season is fucking crazy. It's gonna be nuts.
All right.
I'm gonna have to sing this shit. Y'all be lit singing this shit right here.
What would you do
if I sang out of tune?
Would you
Stand up and walk out on me. All right, I'm done. That shit's all sing.
me your ears and I'll sing you a song.
I'll just try not to sing out of key. All right, I'm done now.
All I need is my brother. I say I'm gonna